All right, so let's just get into it then, because we have a lot of R6 to talk about. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, let's quickly reintroduce ourselves though. Starting with our main man on the screen share,
Cool.
Mr. Gojira.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me, you know. Gojira, that's it.
Also referred to him as Zek or
Yeah,
Stever.
you could do that, you know. Maybe I don't want people to know my name, I don't know.
Yeah, so hey, is there any games that you're currently playing? Other than like any like various multiplayer games with friends?
No.
Man of
I
many
think we're all
talents right
playing. I
there.
think we're all playing the same
Anyway.
games right now, except for maybe Yeti.
The
Yeti's
only
probably playing
game I
different
remember
games.
ever playing since I came back is Cold War
And
Fair
Sea of
enough.
Thieves.
and Sea of Thieves. That's it.
Do you know there's a Easter egg in Cold War?
Oh, don't even talk to
Oh, I
us.
don't know. It
Come
seems like I've
on.
done all of them maybe 3 times each this week
Doubt it.
alone. Bet.
Check stream. Check stream. bro.
Flips or it didn't happen.
Yeah, just go to Nick and Brett's stream. You'll see.
The receipts. The receipts are
Let me know.
there.
The receipts are there. I also
Alright,
clutched 3 times on Firebase.
I'm sorry, I didn't capture that
Nice.
though. My stream died.
Sadly, it was some ass clenching moments.
Old
Yeah.
Cold War.
Cold War and Sea of Thieves has been heavily part of our diet in gaming.
Ark in the
Uh,
future. Once it
Yeah,
downloads.
so Brett, Mr. Tree Bear,
Hello.
I believe you have also been playing various games.
Yeah, I've been kind of just trying to find games lately. So yeah, Sea of Thieves. Like we said, COD, Apex, PUBG. Whatever is the flavor of the month, you know.
Mm-hmm. You haven't really been playing any single player games either, huh?
A little bit of Fallen Order. It came on sale, so I was like, you know what? Probably
Oh,
should
that's
play
right,
a
you
little bit
did
of
buy
that. A couple racing games, but that's about it. So
Understandable.
yeah, so that's the gist. All on Xbox. Rip.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, it happens. Slowly but surely. All right.
Nice. Just punch your mic. Just
Yeah,
boom.
hit it. All right, Mr. Yeti, Calf.
Yeah.
What have you been up to, buddy? Playing many multiplayer games? Focusing on some single player games? What's going on?
So I've been replaying Skyrim. Playing back through it. Trying to go through like a different kind of role. The first time I played through it, I was like the brute force guy, like just go in and start slashing people. But I'm trying to play it in more of a sneaky, little stealthy way.
God. Are you playing a
Yeah.
stealth archer?
Pretty much. And then I've been dabbling in Overwatch. Just started this week.
That's right.
Kind
Yeah.
of bad at it, but having a good time.
He's a Winston man for all you Overwatchers.
Wait, Brett, you told me about this.
Yeah, man.
What
He
Yeti was
was so
saying.
I was
It was
watching
so
Yeti's
bad.
stream. Yeah, I was watching Yeti's stream, and he's like, "Oh, I
was
don't know what this
coaching
guy does," and his brother's like, "Oh, well, you should probably get a little bit close." So Yeti thought he was close enough and started using his gun. He's like, "This gun's kind of crap." And then he got closer. Oh, okay, it's kind of good if you're close.
Super OP up close.
Yeah.
He's like, I get it now. I get it. Okay. The Winston main. Yeah.
Okay.
Overwatch is fun.
Nice.
How about you, Pants? What have you been playing?
I have been playing a lot. I've been playing so much. I was recently, this past month, February, I was on that grind, as you guys know, for 100K gamer score on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just trying to greedily get my hands on any game
Claps
that I
in the
could
chat.
play.
He did achieve it, by the way, chat. So he did get it.
Yes, I did. I did hit it.
Made it.
Yeti was there for it. I think he's the only one that saw it happen. As well as playing Crisis 3. He just got a random ass achievement for like throwing 10 barrels at somebody or some shit like that.
Did you not put it on the TikTok, Ponce? Ooh, plug time.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nomad Gaming.
By the
Good
way,
The Nomad Gaming.
yeah, by the way, we have TikTok. We also have many other things that we do not use, but follow us on TikTok at the Nomad Gaming.
I've been working very hard on it, you know?
Yeah, Ponce has been putting some good shit on there. It's been fun. It's been fun to see that shit.
Yeah, I've been trying. Hey, that's a PSA to the rest of you fools here. You get more content so I can upload it.
Hey, man.
Yay. I did a clip
It's
drop.
easy. It's easy. Just get content, dude.
Hey
It's easy.
man, this week's been full of content.
Yeah, that's probably true. Anyway,
Oh, yeah. A plethora of single player games. I beat Jedi Fallen Order. I beat shit, what was it?
Tell us
There's a
more.
plethora of games, guys. Just many games.
we finished
You know.
Master Chief.
Oh yeah, that's right. Brad and I finished our co-op playthrough of getting him up to date on the Halo series. Minus Halo 5. Haven't touched
Yeah, he
that
says
yet.
he's not doing 5.
No, Stever said. I'm pretty sure Stever said he's like,
I'm not
take a step
fond
back,
of the
bro.
warden.
And plus the game's like 98 gigs, so
Yeah.
That's
Just
a lot.
it's
install
not
once to
happening
play and then
anytime
uninstall.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of. We've been playing a lot of games.
I guess if I wanted to put in real fast too myself, still, I'm in the middle of a playthrough of Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, and the little laptop PC.
There you
And
go.
also,
Oh.
I'm still trying to beat Greedfall, a game that I bought like 3 months ago. It's just been I'll play it for like an hour, 2 hours, and I'm like, yeah. Let's see what else is out there.
Sounds like me watching anime. Oh yeah, I'll watch for a couple days. Oh, let's find something else. Oh, we'll go back to this. Oh well.
That's the dangerous part of it, Brett.
Stuck in the wormhole.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, Yeti still has to watch Attack on Titan, but
Yes, I do.
He says he doesn't like it. It's fine, bro. You don't have to like it. It's an acquired taste, I think.
yeah, so that means he has to watch it. All right. Anyways, I think that settles everything about what we've been up to ever since our last podcast session.
Mhm.
And you know everything about our personal lives because we don't do anything other than that. Except for Yeti. Yeti goes to watch UFC or something.
Even then, he didn't even know what was going on. It was crazy.
No.
It's like, yeah, they're just fucking fighting each other, punching each other in the mouth. Yeah, bro.
Yo, why the hell's
Oh, he
Midget coming
kicked
in?
him.
He's got a steel chair. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Wrong sport, but all right. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, and just a
Siege.
pro bono too, real quick before we move on, is we all stream on Twitch at various times. Stevers is twitch.tv/ TheeGoji, right? TheeGoji.
Yeah.
THEE.
Mhm.
And then Gojira minus the R.
Yep.
Because of copyright reasons.
Yep.
Brett's at TreeBear4P. Yeti's simply Yeti_NMG like a scrub.
I'm sorry.
He's just representing, bro. He's
Yeah, that's
representing.
right. That's right. He's just representing. All right, I rescind my comment, and I'm over on same platform of Twitch at PantzJr.
Yeah, we don't really expand, do we? We're all on Twitch. We're a bunch of
Mhm.
Well,
goons.
Stever tried Mixer for a while, and you see how that worked out.
Yes.
I was
Very
doing
true.
pretty good
Yes.
actually, okay?
Mixer was going good for him, and then all of a sudden,
Mixer no longer
Hey.
cut
exists.
the cord.
Bro.
All right, so fellas, let's jump into the crazy world of Rainbow Six Siege and everything that just happened in the past month.
Mm.
All right. So what are we talking about first, Ponce?
I believe, Steve, you have the links, right? So
Got this
They came out with-
motherfucker.
yeah, they revealed the new operator, which is Flores, an attacker. He has an explosive drone, not exactly like an RCXD or whatever was in Call of Duty.
Show a little clip.
Yeah, definitely not as fast.
Here it is.
Yeah, but it can still get it can get some verticality because it can have the
Yeah.
ability to stick to surfaces if I remember right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a nifty little gadget to introduce into the whole meta of things. Hopefully to shift the balance a little bit. It's kind of
He's
been a
also got
common
the
theme too. Sorry, Brett.
yeah. He's also got the AR something or other. I don't
SR-25.
remember what.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's got.
Well, he's got
what,
the AR.
Oh yeah, the
Thatcher
AR-33.
AR. I don't remember what is the 33 AR
Thatcher.
33. That's
Yeah,
right.
Thatcher's the only other one that has it, and then Blackbeard's the only one that has the SR.
DMR, which is also getting nerfed. So I mean,
Yeah, I think Flores accidentally nerfed Blackbeard. You're like,
Inadvertently.
this is gonna be really powerful. We need to bump this DMR down.
mhm.
Oh wait, Blackbeard's got it. Ah, whatever. We'll fucking do it anyway. Fuck Blackbeard, right? Okay.
Yes. I have not tested him at all. I never got around to downloading the test server. It was just too much space that would have been gone from my laptop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeti, were you able to play him a little bit?
No. No, I've been so busy with other stuff.
Gotcha.
Nice.
It's understandable.
Nice. We have
So
no
none of us have
intel. Yeah.
Yeah,
none of
no
us have
intel.
played him. So all we got to work on is things that we've seen on various live streams and reveal trailers.
He looks like he'll
But-
be fun though. I don't think he'll be essential. I think he'll just be fun.
Yeah, I think he's skating the edge, like leaning towards like as a common pick. It's just his kit doesn't really offer too much. I think is the
I mean,
main
yeah,
issue
it's like, how many does he have? He has two drones, or is it three?
I believe initially he had. Oh goodness, I'd have to check again. But I think initially on his like pre-patch release, it was 3. But I think
Okay.
they toned it down to 2. I want to
Yeah,
say. Don't
I
hold
couldn't
me
Which
tell
makes
you.
to
sense.
that.
I mean, Twitch
But-
drones are only have 2, so
Yeah, and like the main thing too was he also, I believe, didn't he get regular drones too?
I couldn't tell
oh
you.
really? I didn't know that. Maybe if he
Maybe.
does, that's gonna be kind of that's a lot of
It's just-
drones.
yeah,
Like
it's
that's
just a
just a
question.
lot.
Because I think another thing they start to implement is because of he's in the same boat as Twitch, where his gadget or tool is his drone, right?
hmm
So I think they made it so that Twitch now gets at the start of a round a regular drone to drive around.
Oh, okay.
So it might be in the same vein as that, where Flores initially starts off with a regular drone, and then he can use his gadgets.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea, you know? Of having just a little
Yeah,
explosive drone driving around.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
could that could
would-
really
would
fuck shit
balance
up.
that. I would see that. Also, another thing too, as you saw in that little clip that Goji played, it was the new map that they're introducing is actually a rework of Border.
It looks really nice. It looks really nice. Like, all of the new attachments that they've made, like the stairs on the border side, it just looks nice. I think it looks really
Yeah.
good. That's like the only
Yeah.
thing I saw. Like that's the only thing I was like, oh, there's stairs there now. That's
Yeah,
so
for
good.
that one balcony that was always a
That
pain
one
to play
balcony,
off
yeah.
of.
Oh, and
Yeah.
also in the
Honestly-
video, from right here, they extended the hallway to cover the 3 soft walls.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the office space. I think honestly that's
there's a
gonna
lot
make
of-
rotating so much easier. And even behind where they showed Flores' little abilities right there,
hmm
there's like a catwalk area now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think, right?
Yeah, it'll be
So-
fun for sure.
I think it's good
I
quality
think-
of life changes. I'm just curious to see how much that actually changes how Borders played though. Because
I don't think it'll be changed a lot.
yeah, and
honest.
that I think that's inherently an issue. Like
There'll be new angles and stuff, but I don't think
it won't change too much
it'll
how,
be-
how you have to
unless
take
they-
Border. Like
unless they
different
take
sites.
bomb sites. Like if they did what they did with Cafe, and they added a bomb site here and maybe reworked one of the bomb sites. I haven't really seen inside the thing, so I
Yeah,
don't know how much it changed.
it says they took the second floor archives bomb site and then extended it into the offices.
Oh, geez, okay. That's
Yeah,
a bit of an
Yeah,
addition. So
which is
it
pretty
feels
nice
more
because that was a
like
cramped little room in there.
yeah.
I'm trying to think. It felt more like you know the invitational map, how they had shoot, what was it? The coastline service entrance.
Mm.
Hmm.
It has more of that feel from what I've seen.
Okay.
Because I believe the door of archives that leads from like ventilation. Oh yeah, apparently they removed the ventilation unit. I think so you
Okay.
can't hide.
All right.
You can't hide back there. But
Dang.
you can still like plant and do stuff in that little like L. It's like an L shape now, essentially. That's what I was looking for. Similar to how the service entrance is an L-shaped room that you can plant in.
Mhm.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. And then there's obviously some decent verticality in order to hold it
Mhm.
from below. So good changes overall. Uh I I didn't like didn't rework on how I would remember the border map or rework. So I don't remember too much about smaller changes.
Yeah.
I think customs was it that supply room? They moved the like stocks area out a bit so that you can get an angle directly to the window from like bottom metal stairs or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there's no like true safety planting from the window. Like you'll have an angle open from somewhere.
Mhm.
I
Same
see. Okay.
thing. Same thing with sandwich actually too on armory, where they like put a middle storage cabinet I think from the window so you can like safely cross without getting shot from the window directly. AKA solving that problem of trying to rotate when you're cut off.
Mhm. Safe.
Yeah, we'll have to see
And
what
yeah,
what
that's all I
happens because it
remember.
looks like it'll still be fun, but it's just a bit different. I don't think it'll be much more different. People will be like, "Oh, well, I recognize everything pretty much."
Yeah,
So,
it's not as drastic as a change as Cafe, I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
Cafe Canal.
Like as much as we can have our opinions on Cafe at various times, it's just Cafe is honestly one of the best reworks in my opinion. Just like the
yeah,
simplicity of the design that they went with and the extensions they added makes it a viable map.
Mhm.
faux show.
But
All
yeah,
right.
so I believe next is like the
The
down
Goo
and dirty
Wow.
designer pre notes, right?
Oh, we got the
Oh, we got
new
the secondary weapon,
secondary.
Oh shit,
The
my bad.
Gone.
the gun.
Gone. Gone. Six.
This is what we
Modern
get for not
day.
playing it. We forget everything that was revealed initially.
Modern day hand cannon.
This thing is set the Xbox world on fire because they took Dokubi's CZ7 away.
Yeah, and we'll get to that when we
Mhm.
see those pre notes.
But yeah, just a new secondary weapon for destroying bulletproof items.
I like it. I think it'll be a really helpful tool.
Mhm. I
I
don't know
don't know.
how
I
many
just
shots. I think you only get one.
yes, that's where I'm kind of having a little issue with it. Honestly, it's just the one shot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
It's
having
just
to
to
bring
clear
it
stuff out. I
instead
mean,
of for
Yeah, but
certain secondaries.
you could take Frags or you could take Zofia or Ash. They have 3 shots and 2 and versus
it
I got rid
expands
of my
it expands what you
secondary.
can take on attack because it's been so rigid. I mean,
True, but I believe it's gonna be put in the same vein as like the hard breach tool. It'll be kind of
Mm,
more a niche bring.
yeah.
I like it. I think that's perfectly fine. If people want to be niche, they could be niche. Otherwise, they can be boring and bland and stick with the same stuff they've always gone with, and
See,
probably get slapped by somebody who's better at it.
But that's the other thing. Who are the operators that are getting it? Because I know
Well, that's what we'll
Lion's
find out.
getting it, Dokabe's getting it, Finka's getting it. So these are operators that are like, we don't want to play them. The only one that I could
Also,
see is Finka or Dokabe.
the one thing that I will say is I think since they put it on there, I think they're trying to slow down those operators. Like if you pick a Finka, you pick a Lion, you pick a Dokkaebi, you're more likely trying to kind of pick up the pace, right? You're trying to go, okay, we have all these operators, we can just kind of push wherever we need to. Maybe they're
Mhm.
trying to make it a little bit more strategic with those. That's why they're giving them this weapon. It's like, okay, maybe we need to save just a little bit so we can get this gun off and whatever. So that's that's just my opinion at the moment.
To bounce off of that though, now that you brought it up, it got me thinking was what if it has an innovative effect where you said they're trying to slow it down, right? What if it goes too far in slowing down the attacking team then, where they're just like, all right, we really need these secondary gadgets or weapons available to us in the late game. So then eventually you got teams trying to roam clear and they take like say a minute plus over like minute plus to like secure areas, make sure no one dies in the process. And to be fairness, the defense doesn't need to have any roamers if they simply know that the attacking team takes so slow. Uh, just trying to protect the Gon 6 might be a detriment that we might see in lower tier play, is what I'm trying to say.
The one thing I will say to that counterpoint is like this season has been a lot less defender sided, right? I mean, they did a lot of changes in Jaeger, Wamai, changed around shields and stuff. So I feel like attackers are already starting to pick up the pace a lot anyway. So I don't think it'll be that drastic of a change if it goes the direction you think it will.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think
what
it'll change pacing a ton, just a tiny bit.
what I was saying there too is it's probably going to be the more inexperienced teams that we will see this issue happen with.
Yeah, and they
Well, they'll
probably just
over
won't.
prioritize that gadget alone. Or sorry, God, I keep thinking it's like a gadget. It's more of a
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something we're going to see happening from the lower tier teams who are least experienced. They don't have the confidence and player abilities for certain people and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, the lower tier are just gonna do what Goji was suggesting, right? And just bring the regular Ash, Sophia, whoever else, just the standard lineups. They'll just
Mm-hmm.
revert back to that.
Well, I don't think it'll
But
only
I
just be
think
them. I think the Pro League will also.
There might
no,
be
I
a few
think
teams.
people. I think
That
there'll
might.
be people that actually find a way with this thing. So I
Because
think it'll be good in the right hands.
they're
Mm-hmm.
probably not going to bring a Lion. They're probably. I've only seen LATAM
I was
bring
about to say, I was just about to say
Finka,
that. I was like, this might be good in LATAM.
Yeah.
but they have the
APAC
LMG,
maybe.
and I mean, if you run out of ammo in the LMG and you need to switch to a secondary, you're not killing anyone with this thing, and you're not reloading
You're
fast
running out
enough.
of bullets with an LMG. You have a problem
Have you
by
seen
yourself.
LATAM play Finka, bro? They spray. They use that LMG. They use every bullet of that LMG. They
I think
Well,
spray
that's just
either way,
that's
everything.
more indicative of Latin American style though too, is pre-firing as
Mm-hmm.
or pre-firing is a much
So
easier concept for them to do where they're just like, all right, just shoot the shit, shoot the shit, shoot the shit. Just keep shooting, just keep shooting.
yeah, it just comes down to now you've lost a second weapon that you can use if you run out of ammo or if you miscount or forget how much ammo you have, and then you go thinking that you have, a secondary weapon you can use, and then you pull this thing out and you can't do anything.
so
Mhm.
you're saying you'd rather use a regular secondary than take this?
Yes.
See, I disagree on that just because it is like even Ponce was saying, a gadget, right? It is a gadget technically.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna destroy
such a
shit.
weird, it's such a weird
But it's
So
only one
way to
I
shot,
put it
and then
in.
the thing comes are they going to use something that you can use this against?
And that's part of the game though too. Is
Can't it destroys
this
shields,
is more?
doesn't
This is
it?
getting to theory
Mhm.
crafting now too. To be fair, we've been theory crafting this. Is like, all right, so cost, pros, cons, benefits.
Yeah, because it's only one shot. Like I said, versus an Ashe who has 3 and 2 weapons. You know,
Yeah, I think we're getting stuck on it a little too much.
nah.
Yeti, you have
nah.
anything?
Yeah, I think I agree with Goji the most. If I was gonna
Mhm.
bring something to clear utility, I would just bring an Ash or a Zofia or frag grenades. I really don't have a problem with it either way. The problem that I have is that they take away the pistols and stuff like that.
Yes.
We
I
still
think it
have
should just be an extra
Certain
option.
secondaries for certain
Right.
operators. Not
Yeah.
overall all of them, just certain ones.
Just certain ones, right? So I don't think they should take guns away. I think they should just add this as a third option or whatever. But because there are different people that like different, pistols and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I went through a phase where I liked the C75 a lot, and I went through a phase where I didn't like it. So
I
removing that
feel that.
option, I think,
I like your middle ground too, right there, Yeti. Speaking of that, is just adding it as another option, not taking away anything. I
yeah,
think that's the issue I have with it too.
I
The
like
fact
that,
that
yeah.
it removes options that previously existed for quote unquote years.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But also it'd be the thing of, oh, why does this one have 3 weapons and this one has
hmm
2 weapons and this one has 1 weapon, and it's like,
Yeah.
well,
It's like when people complained about Thatcher in his image for the longest time having the shotgun, but his loadout didn't have the shotgun for the longest time.
yeah,
And eventually Ubisoft was like, all right, fine.
okay, fine.
use a goddamn shotgun. Nobody's gonna use it. And then people are using it, and they're like,
Hmm.
okay.
All right. Was there anything else on this page too, Stever?
Oh, the beta,
Oh,
the
match
replay.
replay beta.
Oh, I see. Wasn't this only a
It's
test server
finally
thing
coming
though?
out.
I think this was a test server only thing.
Yeah,
They're still trying
it's the
to
beta. They're
tweak things
still
with that.
so just being able to replay your matches, nothing from all angles. So basically, spectator mode after your game.
Yeah, full access spectator mode.
Mhm.
I hope they release this heckin' soon.
Probably not. It'll probably
The
be in there
only
for a
thing
while.
I think this is only going to be indicative of content creators and pro play. Like that's it. Like ranked probably aren't going to use it. Casuals probably not
Montages.
going to use it. Yeah, montage, I guess. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a good thing to have. Like I like that they're putting it in. It's just not everybody's going to use it. So I don't know.
Exactly. So like, its existence is not really a detriment, except for I guess pro
Yeah,
teams who are trying to hide shit. But it doesn't really matter, dude. People are gonna figure out anyways what you're doing.
if you're a pro team trying to hide shit, it's not going to work because you get streamed every game. So it's like whatever.
Yeah, that's a whole
But
different subject.
Yeah, but if the camera doesn't land on you, you can go back to this and get the camera on them.
Yeah, because that's another thing too is people always complain about, are always complaining about how, oh, hey, look, a 3K just happened off screen. Wish I could have seen it.
Mhm.
Saved the whole round.
So then
Wish I
it
could have seen the clutch round.
so then in Pro
Oh,
League they might have like a second person like going through the match, finding all this and putting it
I
into
was
like the highlights.
Oh, okay, yeah. Highlight posts.
Mhm.
Forget it. Okay, like the whole spectator situation that was pretty shitty. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
because it's you're only allowed one spectator over such a vast map, and players could be doing something different every 2 seconds.
Mhm.
They really need to work on that spectator system. To be fair, though,
they just
but
need to
match
add
replay
slots. That's it.
is an answer. Is one answer. Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Bro?
Well, the one thing they needed to add was just more spectator slots. I know that sounds like, oh, you just need to do that, but
Well, the
I'm
crazy
sure
thing
it's a
is
lot harder it is, but still.
they did actually. That's the crazy thing. Early Siege, like year one, I think until like mid year two, they had 2 spectator slots. automatically for everyone. And
I don't know, man.
they just removed it.
Yeah.
during the
Yeah, it's
middle of the
probably
season.
just UI or CPU usage. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The way it seems like when they went about coding everything, it just seemed like the entire basis for Siege was pretty like on the rails, on some crickety rails, just
Yeah.
going.
Towing the line. But match replay beta, I don't think we have much more to say about that.
Mhm. I don't know, Yeti?
I don't have anything about it.
All right.
I think it's gonna be a cool feature. I just, like Brett
The-
said, I just don't know who's gonna use it beyond comp and dedicated ranked players and stuff like that, content
Mm.
creators.
Ooh. Newcomer
Wow,
playlist
okay.
They
rework.
changed the newcomers.
Oh, that was okay. I was
Originally,
like,
it was
what?
only 3 maps, right?
Yeah, Bank, Consulate,
It was
Chalet,
only, yeah. I don't think those are good.
beginners.
Yeah, I don't think those are good
Chalet and
beginner maps.
Consulate, definitely fucking not.
I mean, Consulate's an OG map, though.
I
so
know,
I
but
don't
you're
know.
getting spawn peeked from every window.
In terms of like people who smurf a lot too, just
Mhm.
shitting on newcomers, Consulate's a terrible map to put them on.
Yeah. And
Yeah, fair
Chalet
enough.
is just
Mm.
Like
a
even though like
roamer's dream.
spawn peaks are a thing on literally every map here, it's just I think Consulate's more well known,
Yeah, there's not a lot where you can
like
hide.
prominent.
There's only like a few walls and that's it. And then you have to make a giant like walk out in the open just to get to the building.
Mhm.
So
Like even though like cafes semi along the same line, it's just
you have
there's
more
only-
buildings though to get you there.
there's more room
Mhm.
to work with. Also, these are quote unquote pro league ready maps, right? That they
Mhm.
put in.
Uh
Oregon, Club, Cafe, Coastline. Arguably,
Mhm.
Border can be added in.
Mhm.
I think this might be jumping ahead in a topic, but I believe the pros actually had a workshop where they voted out a map out of Pro League. And I think they voted out Coastline
Maybe.
instead of
Was
Consulate.
it Coastline?
I think it was Coastline. I think people were mad because they didn't vote out like Consulate or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, I heard something about Consulate, not like people being mad about Consulate. I don't know what, yeah, I'm not sure which one went out.
To be fair, it's like Consulate had like quote unquote a rework, I guess you could argue for, where they added that bomb site, right? But overall,
That's,
the way
I
Consulate
don't
is
know.
played hasn't changed ever since its inception. It's just evolved into standard, like, all right, let's take admin. All right, let's take
Well,
CEO. Let's cut
that's
off. Let's just go straight in.
that's debatable now because a lot of people are not playing CEO at all.
Uh-huh.
Like they're just not. So it's still evolving, but
Yeah, and
people
like
are
just
just.
roam clearing on Consulate is not too difficult. You just need to cut off the stairs access quick enough. If there's like, okay, found out there's no one upstairs, cut it off. It's easy to
Mhm.
gain control.
Newcomer
Yeah.
playlist. Woo.
I think that's pretty much all we got for that.
Yeah. Drone proximity awareness. The icon will now
What does
pulse
that
at
say?
different speeds when you're closer to the pest.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So the faster it pulses, the closer you are to it.
Okay, so a little bit of a nerf, a tiny bit of a nerf to Mozzie, I guess.
Yeah. So in like their actual newsletter in the what was it, the one that I've been referencing a lot, the Year 6 Season 1 preseason designer notes, what they said underneath for Mozzie, current state, Mozzie's pest lacks clear counters and often forces attackers to waste time and resources to mitigate the obvious trap, because everyone, you can see the little like
Pest
icon for him,
icon.
right? The difficulty countering him has made Mozzie a particularly useful operator and has contributed to driving up his presence in the balancing matrix. And they have the matrix that they're showing like up top of this page. By adding a proximity warning to pests, this provides attackers with a tool to more effectively avoid or deal with clear traps. While this change will not fundamentally change Mozzie's moment-to-moment actions, it will encourage more creative placement of pests to get the jump on attackers.
I feel like Mozzie's always gotten nerfed.
Yeah.
Like he's just perpetually nerfed. Like they're really small nerfs, right? I mean, oh, we
Yeah.
took away a pest. Oh, we took away a shotgun. Oh, we're proximity awareness. But it doesn't get played that much. Like I don't think we see him a lot in Pro League as much as Mute or literally anybody else. So I don't know.
Arguably, he's often paired with specific setups on
Yeah.
defense, though.
I guess you could say he's also niche at some points, but yeah.
But it also
That's-
depends when he's played. Does he win? Does the team win when he's played?
Yeah, and that's what they're looking at is that those stats from not just Pro League, but like when it said the population targeted for this change, it said top ranked and pros. So that means they're taking in those stats seriously from ranked games in the upper echelons.
I didn't really think about that.
Because that was like when Lion first came out. I mean, we all knew he was broken, but the only reason people played him was to win, especially in Pro League. Because what was it? It was it Liquid? Liquid against Penta?
Yeah, they abused it. Yeah,
because they didn't play him.
Was it Atlantic City?
Yeah, and then
DreamHack.
yeah, they won because they used Lion.
And nobody
And
else
then
did.
yeah, the times they didn't use Lion, they weren't doing so great. So
It was also he was so broken too, in the sense that it was full body outlines that would appear.
it was
not
basically
just
just
the
wall
little
hacks.
markers.
Oh, that was insane.
Yeah.
That was when
every
I
pro
like
has the
just
same
started
story.
playing.
You just press the button and boom, full body outline.
Boom. Yep.
Just follow the head, one shot.
Easy, but
That's a different, same vein, but yes, nerfing Mozzie is probably, especially his gadget is good. I'm glad they're trying to tackle that at least. Because more often or not, we just see operators get their guns changed, or let's make him a 2-speed, not totally
Yeah.
Jaeger. Which it doesn't change the numbers pretty much at all. Because if you look at the data matrix, whatever they put up, Jaeger is still off the fucking map.
Yeah.
Even though he's technically in the overpicked but too weak category.
It's a good gun.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever
Utility.
be too weak.
He's never gonna be brought down, unless you made him
If
like
people play him all the time, it's just like
unless
Apparently, his win delta is in the negative, but I think that's just because of the sheer amount of people that play him. Because it's in the 90% plus presence in like match to match.
if you really want to nerf him and take him out of there, make him a 3-speed, take his gun away,
Oh, fat Jaeger.
give him 1 ADS.
him and Rook pretty much switch.
yeah, just swap them, see what happens. Give him the P90. There you go.
Oh boy, yeah.
Take away the carbine.
Jaegermains would
P90.
be. Yeah, then Jaegermains would get their ACOG back.
No,
Yay.
they took the ACOG off the P90 and gave it the 1.5.
Oh,
So
not on Rook, I thought. Was it?
yeah,
Oh, well, whatever. Rip.
because I think
Yeah.
they tried to minimize as many ACOGs now on defense.
Anyway.
So yeah. Okay. Oh. Nerf.
I think this one's pretty good. This is a huge buff to mute.
Oh wait, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Disabled state for electronic gadgets. Okay.
You want to read it, Goji?
So not only will it disable drones, breach charges, cluster charges, and heavy breach charges, it will now disable claymores and air jabs.
Wow.
So
Fancy.
I guess
Yeah,
if
so
you're carrying one in
jabs
your
is-
pocket,
I like the
Well,
air jab move, but I just don't understand disabling a claymore. That seems like a really specific situation. Like,
don't worry, guys. I kept this one in my pocket all roam.
to be fair, like the way they've gotten away with some of the changes in Siege is because they can argue, excuse me, it's just a simulation.
Hmm.
Though,
Just like the simulations.
because realistically, a claymore is a mechanical device that has like a physical tripwire, right, Seaver? Is that
It's either a
correct me if I'm
tripwire
wrong.
or someone can trigger it with a detonator.
Oh yeah, detonator. Yeah, but in the game, the way claymores work for Siege in game is the laser.
The laser.
So you can get away with that a little bit, I guess. You're going to tap into quote unquote the lore of Siege. Is that laser has to be an electronic device in order to activate,
Mhm.
and so it makes sense adding this mute capabilities to be able to stop a claymore in that sense. If you just remove the sensor from the claymore is still a live physical explosive object. It's just doesn't have the sensor to activate.
Yep.
I don't think we'll see a lot of people changing the way they use mute. Like that, I obviously we'll see like somebody will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep one in the back pocket." But if they go into like a hardcore mute strat, they're probably gonna keep those in areas where it's just gonna block things off. So more than likely, somebody will put down a claymore, see, oh, my claymore is stopped. I'll just pick it back up and put it somewhere else, and then just watch that door or something. So it changes a little bit of the attacker gameplay, but I don't think it changes the defensive as much.
As much as I like the change, I think honestly it'll put mute players in more of a detrimental situation because of how long it takes to put the mute jammer down.
That's true, yeah.
Attackers can still walk through their own claymores, easy
Mhm.
peasy. If
Yeah.
no one's covering you, bam, you just get swung on.
But then the other thing is air jabs. You can't pick up air jabs. And a lot of
That's true, yeah.
people like to just launch those into areas that you're not near because you can do it from safety. But if you're not there and you don't know if there's a mute jammer in that area, you launch it and now it's pointless until that mute jammer's gone.
Yeah, or you have the mute rotate a gadget
Mhm.
to get it. Because honestly, like how many times have we had Nomad B play and we're just like, all right, let's just shoot it here, leave and forget it. If we hear it, that means they're flanking, and
Mhm.
now
Yeah.
that's going to change up so much
Because they don't even
in
have to
terms of
shoot it
flank
now.
watch.
They can just, if there's a mute, put a jammer, walk right by.
Mm-hmm. So like in that sense, like like sure the claymore is more of a detrimental way of approaching it, but if you look at how air jabs are played, it's probably more of a pro for the
Mhm.
mute players now.
Yeah, because there's like how many counters were there to a air jab?
Just the ADS.
Like
And
Jaeger and
shot.
Y?
Yeah,
Yeah.
being shot
Just
in ADS.
gadget wise, I guess.
Oh, gadget wise.
Yeah,
Okay. yes.
ADS. That
So
I guess you could still argue impacts.
yeah, I mean I guess that counts as gadget, but
Maestro cams. I don't
so
think there's
really
only like 3.
this makes it just makes it a little bit like if you're gonna put ADSs down, you're either gonna put them in spots of high importance. You're probably not gonna put them in like spot where there's gonna be a nomad, right? So this is I don't know. I think it's in the same realm as that. It's like oh, mute jammer gonna go there? Probably not, but it might catch more than a Jaeger device would, I guess.
Yeah, it'll just change probably a few teams in terms of how they approach a mute too. It's like, all right, let's prioritize. We want to keep these lanes of access open to us, even if they do have a nomad.
Mhm.
The
So I
same
think that might be.
the one spot I was thinking of is like armory wall on border. You just throw a nomad charge over towards that door.
Yeah.
Nobody can peek out of that. Now you can just have mute jammer there because there's usually a mute jammer there.
Mhm.
So
So I guess overall, we can say inadvertently, this is a nerf to nomad.
yeah,
A
'Cause,
counter.
like you said, you can't pick up nomad charges once they're released because they have that sticky substance, quote unquote.
Mhm. So
sticky
you have to be
goo.
more careful of where you shoot them now. There's a mute
Mhm.
on the board.
Is it Yeti? Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so. I was just trying to think of how, like, personally how I play Nomad. I normally put the air jab like above a door or something like that. So you get to a point where like, is the mute jammer even going to reach?
It's got a pretty wide margin.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah,
can
as
get
far as I know,
the
they
entire
haven't.
reinforced wall. So
Yeah, as far as I know,
Yeah.
the preseason patch hasn't said anything about mute getting a nerf or buff. So it's just standard mute play that we're used to seeing. So his radius wasn't that large to begin with.
but then it also just depends on where the mute puts it.
I mean, you can
So-
still mute a drone from a floor down.
Mhm.
So,
So if it gets put on a desk, or
yeah, exactly.
it all just depends on placement. That's what it all
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
down to.
Ingenuity of
might-
the mute player.
Yeah, it might not even be that big of a thing, but it's still pretty cool. I like it. So.
Oh, what was there was a Penta player back in the day. He used to roam all the time with mute. This was back when like Shate Pengu, and
KS?
no,
You thinking KS?
they
No, KS got replaced by Shate, didn't he?
what's the name at Smash Bros? Falco.
Falco.
Yeah, he used to roam all the
geez, that
time
was
with
old
mute, dude.
Penta roster.
Imagine if this was around, and like Claymores were around back then. That man, oof,
That man would have a heyday.
that would have been.
Mhm.
Oh look,
Oh, wow, look at this next one. Woo!
About time.
With the casuals.
wow.
Operators price have decreased for all of you that obviously can't see what we're seeing. Operators price decrease. That just means, hey, you can buy stuff for cheap now.
Yeah.
Operators for cheap.
What does it say there? Closer. I can't really read it.
So Lion and Finka have gone down to 10,000 renown. Mozzie and Gridlock have gone down to 15,000, and Oryx and Iana have dropped to 20,000.
Woohoo!
That's good. Makes them more. Makes the goals of hitting them like more reachable, or like getting them more reachable for
Yeah.
casual players.
So
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, hold on. Go back up to the image real fast. They put Mozzie next to Oryx. It's fucking hilarious.
He's so fucking tiny, dude.
Mozzie's such a short fella compared to Oryx. He's like a full head taller.
Jeez.
I just wanted to.
Why
point
you
that
gotta
out.
do our man like that?
Hey, dude.
Look at Oryx's bicep compared to Mozzie's.
I know,
There
dude.
we go.
He's
Back
fucking-
up.
Disgusting.
It's looking like
Hey,
Mozzie's
to be
thigh.
fair,
Jesus
Yeti and I
Christ.
did play against Mozzie's voice actor. I will forever hold that close.
Diddly diddly dee.
You can tell that one to people at parties, Yeti. See how they react.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right. Well.
am I safe to scroll down now?
Yeah, we don't need
Oh
more
wait,
on that.
wait. But if you look at Lion here,
Oh, shut up.
hey man, look at this skin. Look at
Ooh,
this.
that looks good.
I need to buy that.
A yellow hue into like a reddish hue, and then blend.
That
into
actually
To
looks
like a
pretty
black
sick.
ice kind of looking.
That
yeah.
looks pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Oh yeah, black ice.
I need to get
Kind
it.
of looks like that Grizz skin, like GRIS. You guys know that one?
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Looks like a more vibrant version of that. It looks pretty cool though.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's the new seasonal weapon.
Seasonal.
skin.
Oh, okay,
Thermal
gotcha.
antipod.
What kind of a name is that? Okay. Antipod.
I don't know.
I probably said
Probably
it
have to
wrong.
get a dictionary to actually understand it, bro.
Hey man, I'm sorry. It looks good though. I like it.
It does.
Yeah.
Instead of the
it does.
generic skins that they've been throwing out for seasons. So, yeah.
Not too bad.
Oh, the balancing. Here it comes.
Oh, hey.
Now we get to the real
Ah,
stuff.
Ah, yes, we already talked about that. Yeah. Mute
Talked about the mute,
jammers.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mozzie
that's
and
another
Mozzie.
thing too. It gives you a different feedback. The little icons that pop up for mute gives you a different for affected gadgets.
Okay. And then Blackbeard shield. Bless this man's soul. reduced to 20 from 50. He's been nerfed again. And then
Treg cries in Blackbeard.
his Scar has been nerfed as well from 49 damage to 40. Wow.
Yeah, that Blackbeard's the butt of the jokes in terms of patches. He gets nerfed almost every. He gets nerfed at least once a year at this point.
He gets nerfed at least like once every other season.
Poor Zeronic.
Dokkaebi has stun grenades again instead of the frags. They took those away. And she
Rip.
has the Gone 6, replacing
Instead
the
of the
C75.
Dude, like, okay, it makes sense if you're giving her that explosive gadget, so you take away the frags to balance her that way. But inherently, they're probably nerfing Dokkaebi a little too far in terms of overall patching, in my opinion.
Mm.
Because I've already talked to you guys about it before, like off recording. Whereas the C75 is such a staple of like the console community.
Mm.
Yeah, Canadians community too.
Well, yeah, and even I think Lycan went on the record to say how the C75 is much more controllable compared to the SMG
Oh yeah, the SMG-12.
on PC.
Yeah.
Like as much as people are like, "Oh, just learn it, just learn it." It's like,
No.
dude, you have to sit down.
Forehead.
You have to sit down and go through various stages of trying to learn that stuff.
But yeah, see, because this is like they took the C75, so now your only option for a secondary is the Gone or the SMG-12, and Dokkaebi only has the
Single fire weapons. as her
DMR,
primary.
yeah, which has only what 15 shots, and then the meme shotgun. I've honestly
Bush
for
G.
Boss G, yeah, which only has
The
2,
Bush-G.
which is where my
Bush-G
like
ACOG.
it comes into like if you run out of ammo for those guns and you have the Gone, like yeah,
Yeah, like yeah.
She's
it's a
definitely
whole-
not.
I don't think
It's
I've
a whole
ever seen
subject
anybody
matter
run
for
out of
different-
Boss G ammo.
I know, but you have to reload instead of switching to a secondary.
Yeah. It's like
So
personally when
that's
I've
what I
played
meant.
Dokkaebi,
Like the
I've
gun.
always like, I'll use primary and I'll do exactly that. So it's like, all right, I don't have time to reload. Just switch to one of the submachine guns that she has.
Yeah, I wasn't saying like when they run out of ammo entirely. Like, oh no, my mag is empty. I'm just going to switch to my secondary. Pull out Gone. Hey Yeti,
I
you
don't
need
know.
to
I
make
think
that a
people
meme.
will still use it a lot
Yeah, I think you had something
just
for
because
this
it's
too.
such,
Yeti.
it's such a presence. So
I thought you were talking about something for Dokkaebi.
for Yeti,
Yeti.
Yeti did.
Yeti did.
Yeti dead.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Now he's
He
dead.
did.
Yeti did. All right.
Goodbye. Bye, Yeti.
That's the end of the podcast. Thank you, everybody.
Did you have anything on the CZ7 Yeti?
I don't think so. Miss it.
You're gonna miss it.
Yep. That's right. To be fair, he did say his piece earlier when we were
Yeah, that's true.
touching on it.
The thing I'm noticing just looking through this is a lot of frag grenades are going out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Inca doesn't have them. Dokkaebi doesn't have them.
Inca now
also
has stun grenades.
experiencing the same thing.
I was surprised they gave Dokkaebi frags. Back when it happened.
Well, they
Kinda
gave her
glad.
smokes, then frags, then stuns, then back to
Yeah.
frags. Now they're back to stuns. So it's just like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
Figured out.
Figure it out.
What are you
Okay.
looking at next year?
Yeah, the stun grenades replacing Finka's frags. She also has Gone replacing the GSH. And then
God, that gun sucks.
Twitch is getting smoke grenades and losing the stuns.
Oh, really?
Callie's gun.
Wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
sorry,
That's
you're
so
right.
weird.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.
Smoke grenades on Twitch. Never would have thought. Okay, interesting. Anyway,
Callie's sniper is now doing 127
Well,
instead
okay.
of 122.
After you finish that, I have the Cali stuff pulled up. It's a lot more than just that.
Yeah. It might
It's a
be
lot more.
further down.
Yeah, she has
Oh.
way too much in
Yeah.
French. Oh, it's all in French.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Wait, what is that?
No,
what
no.
is- oh,
Adjustment. They just fancied it because of the heist.
Mhm.
anyway.
So I can hop into this Cali part real fast. It's a lot more than just
Yeah.
going up to 127.
And then they just improved recoil for G36. That's it.
Yeah, that's more of a, I guess, console thing too.
console thing, yeah.
It was more to balance it out instead of everyone to just continuously use the R4 on Ash and the
Or the
AR
ARX.
on
The ARX is
Iana.
godly as
Alright,
well.
So the Cali thing is a lot more complex than what it states there. Okay, so this is
Dude,
what they
people are
wrote.
flipping out
I'm
about
gonna
this.
I'm gonna jump into it. Okay, so yes, they increased the damage to 127 from 122. So, but this is what they wrote underneath in addendum. There's so much. Just give me a minute to talk through it. So one body shot to a 3-speed operator will kill a 3-speed operator. Just one shot. One body shot. One body shot to a 2-speed operator will put him in a down but not out state, similar to with a 1-speed operator. While wearing Rook vest, one body shot to a 3-speed will put him in a down but not out state, similar to 2 body shots will put a 2-speed and a 1-speed in a down but not out state.
With Rook armor.
Yeah, with Rook armor. But it's important to note that you can get one shot by Cali if you're a 3-speed now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
That's such a good change.
So this is what they wrote though too. Our main objective with Cali is to make her a viable and balanced operator. In general, this requires us to strike the right balance between the explosive lance and the loadout. For Cali in particular, this depends on 2 main elements. First, that Cali brings a great amount of utility to a match. The explosive lance can deal with gadgets, bulletproof gadgets, etc., electrified reinforcements. The second element is the sniper rifle, the CSRX 300. The primary weapon is in charge of most of her killing potential. Keeping this weapon in line is key to avoiding an overpowered operator. Unsurprisingly, finding the right balance for a one-shot kill weapon can take a number of iterations. We noticed on release, Cali was perceived as overpowered, but the power perception has been slowly drifting towards underperforming. In the previous patch, we took our first steps in finding the sweet spot for the CSRX 300. Which was, in case you guys don't remember exactly, that was where they implemented, I believe, limb damage to an extent.
Yeah.
Like, you get shot in certain parts of your limbs, and you get various states of damage done to them. You lose certain bits of health.
Yeah, penetration.
See, okay, what we've done so far. Started by identifying a one-shot down but not out mechanic as one of the main issues. The mechanic was perceived as frustrating and did not allow us to tweak the weapon's power level. So we decided to transform the sniper into a normal weapon. Now we can modify the weapon damage and iterate it until we find a sweet spot. Hence the previously stated 127 damage to straight up killing a 3-speed operator.
That's such a good change because they never use anything for like the 3-speed, 1 armor thing. And that just makes it a lot more viable now. That's so good.
And it goes on to this too.
Perfect.
With this change, we've tackled the lack of a counter to her sniper by people wearing Rook's armor plates.
Exactly.
Which, to be fair, like it's more niche, but then again, Rook is a viable operator in the meta of today's game to certain extents. We also want to keep the damage modifiers caused by bullets getting through walls or hitting operators' limbs. Hence what we stated earlier, where different shots will do different various bits of damage, as this helps to prevent lucky shots that can kill or put operators to a down but not out. This also ensures good aim is rewarded. The first iteration set the damage at 122. With this value, we had a compromise where 3-speed operators would die from a chest shot and 1-speed would survive it. This compromise took into account that 1-speed operators do not represent a majority in a defensive lineup, especially on Pro League. This approach has been perceived as too weak, though, and they are making new changes to address that. Let's see, hold on. Isn't that what? Oh, that's what they've done so far. What they're doing now is to increase the weapon damage to make one speed operators also fall into a down but not out. Like last time, they'll be monitoring that feedback. So that's what I believe is on the test server. Is they're tweaking with, so should a one speed operator, how much damage do they take? Do they go into that down but not out compared to a two speed? Like, should they follow in the same process of that? The additional interaction with Rook's armor plates, making it relevant against her sniper. We are not creating any specific rules for the interaction, but they want to clarify when an operator is wearing Rook's armor plates, the armor gains an extra 15% protection. That means 3-speed
Okay.
operator will have a 15% damage redux, 2-speed will have a 25%, and a 1-speed will have 35% damage reduction. Because in case you guys don't remember, in the reveal panel, they changed how 3-speed was going to affect the armor, I believe, right? Or
Yeah.
like how very speed
armor was going
affect
to affect
armor.
health.
Yeah, sorry. The new damage value, only 3-speed operators will fall into down but not out when receiving CSRX body shots. The rest of the 2 and 3-speed will survive that shot. So
I totally agree with all of these. These are
they're going up
really
and down.
good.
So that's what I was saying. I was like, I'm looking at this preseason balancing stuff, and it's a lot more than simply 127.
Yeah.
So I just
I
have
like
to
that
get
a
that out
ton.
there. It's a lot. And honestly, I think it's a good change to an operator
It's
that's been,
great.
like they said, underperforming.
And it buffs Rook, which is probably needed as well. And I just think that's really good. It nerfs 3 speeds. I think it's good. I think it's a really good change.
Do you have anything, Yeti, after that long spiel?
I don't play Cali at all, but I think it's a good move because, like you said, it's gonna make Rook more viable and stuff like that. And I might have to play her a little bit more. If I was
Oh,
ever gonna bring a
he
sniper, I
said
just
it.
brought Glass. Number one, because he's been in the game for forever, so I was comfortable with him. But also because I had the sick elite for him, I might have to give Cali a little bit more of a try.
Yeah, and to
As
be
long as you
fair,
don't have her punk rock skin.
Yeah,
Glaz has a higher rate of fire, and like he's also technically quote unquote a sniper alongside Callie,
sniper,
but
right?
he just has a higher rate of fire.
Callie
Which
has the better
people like him more.
catchphrases. Amateurs.
Yeah, so I personally am in, like I stated again, I really like the change.
Mhm.
Makes her definitely a much more viable pick. It's a little dangerous to certain lineups, which makes her a little overpowered in some cases. But then again, it's just like
Niche.
single
It's
shot
another
weapon.
niche.
Yeah.
Now they just need to nerf Thatcher enough so that she can get played and not only take a Thatcher, you know?
Yeah, I think the way to fix her gadget, in my opinion, would be to change the timing.
Yeah, I don't think they can nerf Thatcher any more than what he's gotten.
Yeah.
Oh, they can
Mm.
nerf him somehow.
Because if you take one away, then he uses 2 while someone's K tricking. Or if you reduce the range, then he's basically pointless. You're not going to be able to nerf him without actually like killing the operator.
He's a problem though. Like,
Well, that's
you
because
see how many times he gets banned in Pro League.
That's because he was the only counter to all those things for a good year and a half, 2 years before.
I don't know. He just needs to get more. Anyway, that's not Callie.
Can I touch back on something too?
Yeah.
I don't think they said anything on the page that Steve was looking at, but there's another test server only, however, change made to an operator, which I hope they implement. It's Knock getting a massive buff.
Oh, that's right.
There are more actually in here that they.
Is there?
Yeah, they have some other.
Okay,
They have more
I'm just gonna
fixes
touch
as well.
I'm gonna touch upon the Knock thing real fast, since it says test server only. They will turn it off before the release to continue working on her. But something to hopefully look forward to is her gadget, Hell Presence, won't activate proximity-based gadgets. The Gersmont mines, the Banshees, Capcan's entry denial devices, prox alarms, and metal detectors.
Dude,
The glitch
that
effect
would be
will
sick.
cancel the proximity immunity, resulting in the activation of any gadget in range. So, like, if you sprint through gadgets and you got that glitch effect, you'll still activate the gadget. And the color will change when you're bypassing a prox device or in proximity of any of these devices.
That's so
And
sick.
that was just,
That's so sick.
like, it makes sense.
It
And then
totally
again,
makes sense.
it might be a
Yeah.
little too much, but still it makes sense.
She's gonna be that ultimate lurker operator that just like sneaks into sight, kills 3 people. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so
But then
much
again,
fun to
like
watch.
we said, we're not going to see it this season. Most likely.
Yeah.
It's still being tested, and they're just doing it just so they can get info on, like, all right, what do we need to do?
And that's a good counter to like a Malusi. So
Mhm.
people haven't been liking Malusi at this point. So
Yeah, and
it's kind of a buff if you kind of I'll use that loosely, but kind of a buff to a Rooney. Because like if they're just gonna bring Knock the whole time, just bring in a Rooney. She can't sneak past that. So I
actually,
don't know.
yeah, that'd be interesting to see. It makes sense that she wouldn't be able to get through that. I haven't seen anything on the test server to go against what you're saying or not.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Like, oh, the lasers went down. Oh, it must be Knock. You know, let's
Yeah. Just to clarify too, real fast on the Twitch smoke grenades, because I'm reading the actual notes that they were underneath them. They wanted to curb Twitch players and how aggressive they are, because people would just pop stun grenades and just rush in. Apparently, it was the data they were getting back. Just to touch on that real fast. That was it. Since we were still talking about those operator nerfs and buffs. Bada bing.
What is this? In bomb, if diffuser has not been picked up at the end of the planning phase, it will be given to the operator who prioritizes the diffuser most. For example, Thermite will always get the diffuser over Ash.
Yes.
So
That's always been such a huge issue in the game.
That's just quality of life.
That is definitely quality of life.
ooh. On PC, activating or equipping a gadget will no longer force the player to unlean.
That's good. That's really good. Such an annoying feature that happens.
Situations. I mean, if you want anything with situations, there. I mean, there's not really. Changes quick match and newcomer playlist. Similar parameters to unranked and ranked, making the playlist less confusing. Reduced round duration and newcomer and quick match playlist to 3 minutes. Increased diffuse and planting time to 7 seconds from 5 seconds in both newcomer and quick match.
Oh wow.
Added
Okay,
diffuser
nice.
carrier selection for newcomer and quick match to empower players who want to carry it and reduce friction among teammates. So just making it more comfortable for the transition into ranked and unranked.
Mm-hmm.
Too shabby.
Which is very good, because so many people just don't do anything when they get to ranked. Not gonna lie.
Streamer mode has been added to the options menu. Streamers can hide personal info on their screen from viewers and enable a hidden matchmaking delay. Prevents queue sniping and prevents stream sniping.
I've heard there's
It's
a
good,
bit of a
but
problem with it though.
on the test server, there have been bugs, is what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's been like client-sided, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard that you can't really. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I thought it was something about cheaters not really being able to be recognized because they're just. I don't know. It was something people just didn't like about it, but I guess this has been a little controversial
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for some reason. It's streamer mode. They've been asking for this for years.
Yeti, you've been targeted a few times on PC, right?
Yeah, quite a few times.
That's
Yeah,
nuts,
I have a whole list of people banned in my Twitch chat
And just stream
Nice.
snippers.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It even happened on
ridiculous.
Xbox a few times.
That's true, yeah.
That's right, dude. I don't know why it happened to you more than any of us. I think.
Yeah.
Brett. I think you got stream sniped like once or twice.
Never. I've never gotten it.
Yeah, I don't believe I've ever experienced being stream sniped either.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
think
just
you're the
don't think
Lone
Xbox
Ranger in this
people.
one, Yeti.
Yeah, I just don't think Xbox people stream snipe as much. I guess I don't know, which is weird because they're super toxic. Anyway, facts.
Yeah, super toxic.
Improved deployment of Capcan's entry denial device to make it feel more intuitive and reliable.
I don't know
What
exactly
does that even mean?
So I guess
the
That
way
doesn't
he-
mean anything.
I guess the way he
That
drills it
means
in.
nothing.
He kind of does a little
This-
like plie twirl before he gets to the door and just
Yeah,
he
in
kind
there.
of plays with the screw a little for a second before he drills
He's
it
just
in. You know,
he's lean spamming up and down so nobody can hit him while he's deploying it.
or maybe it's when you go to put it on the wall and he like fucking flies to the side of the door to put it in real quick.
Yeah.
The way I'm interpreting this right now is, I think you can put it on any level of the door, because you know how when you put it a Capcan charge, it would be like certain levels that you can put it on. Does
Yeah.
this mean that you can put it at any level you want that you're looking at?
No, you've been able to do that.
Dude, it's too broad. Like,
No,
what does that even mean?
I feel like they just changed the way he puts it on.
We'd have to
I
see it
guess
when
so.
it's implemented.
Because it just says to make it feel more intuitive and reliable. Maybe it's not phasing into walls, like the certain like little structures that come out of the side of doors, like on bank, where you could put it in and it would like partially glitch into like a pillar that was next to the door.
I don't know, man. That was super broad.
Yeah, that was weird. All right, what's the next one?
Spectator mode, or no, ADS. ADS toggle option are no longer forced back into ADS after performing an action that puts them out of it.
Does any of us use toggle here?
Yes.
I don't.
No, I
Just
don't.
kidding, I don't.
Okay, so I don't either.
That applies to probably a very few number of people.
It's probably like 3%.
But still, it's a decent population enough to warrant them to do this.
Yeah.
What added multi kills feedback and team loadout to spectator mode, and changed the
Cool.
titles of some achievements.
Nope.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Voice operators, yeah, new voice actors for operators. Red ping support for Lion, Alibi, and Jackals are in the replay. Challenges.
Gotcha.
Ubisoft Connect challenges have been removed. The trophy icon in the home section now redirects to the Battle Pass challenges.
Oh, thank God. Fuck that site. It's so stupid. Fuck Ubisoft Connect.
Yeah. Damn them. Removed map rotations for quick match to increase
Thank God.
Yes! Yes!
variety. All maps, except for Bartlett, are now
Fuck,
included in the
Except
quick
for
match
Bartlett,
pool.
no!
Bro, that's the one map I want in.
Bring it back. They cried for it on Reddit. Bring it back.
Wait, we don't
That's why
want
they
it
brought
anymore.
Favela back,
Take
right?
it away. Take it away.
We want Bartlett. Gets Bartlett. I don't want it anymore.
No, put it back. Fuck. Put it
And
back.
that's it. Other than some.
Yeah, we don't need to see
Yeah.
the bug fixes, dude.
Yeah.
We're not going that
Fuck
deep.
that.
No,
All
get
right,
that out
that
of
only
there. Get that out
took.
of there.
Who is
that only
that?
took us a minute
yeah, there it is.
15. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, get off that Reddit site, dude.
Hey,
You
what
don't
is
know what's
this?
gonna show up.
What is this? Hey, what is that? Okay.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, the big news is of the weeks.
Yeah. So in case you guys didn't see the notes that I put, the group notes, I switched around so that we talk about the Pro League format first,
Okay.
and then move to roster moves, because I feel like we can also talk about global standings in terms of like, all right, so retouch real fast on who made it to Invitational, and then we can bleed down that way.
Okay. Take it away, Sensei.
Oh, me? Fuck, shit, dude. Fuck.
You played yourself. What you
Played
get?
You
myself.
played yourself. God damn.
So the global standings are still as they are, I believe, right? Like 4 teams going to the Six Invitational.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say them out as they're listed. So, in first place, there are 4 teams. That's BDS, TSM, Giants Gaming, and Cloud9. They're at 900 points each. Those are
Wait,
the number
Giants
one
and
teams.
Cloud9er?
Yeah,
Oh, I
2
didn't know
APAC
that.
teams are number 1.
Weird.
North and South, I believe, because
Oh, okay.
they're
That
both
makes a lot more
APAC, but they're
sense.
both
Yeah.
different, which is
Gotcha.
irritating, but it is what it is. Latin America, though, no one hit 900 points, and I think that's indicative of the region getting closer in skill level.
Yeah.
So in 5th place, 3 are tied for 5th place. That is Team Liquid, Dark Zero, and Ninjas in Pajamas with 840.
Nice, nice, nice.
Following them, we have Space Station Gaming. Underneath Space Station is Team 1 Esports, the Latin American team. Underneath Team 1 is Virtus Pro, Europe. And then you got Wildcard Gaming for APAC, Team Empire, FaZe Clan, Oxygen Esports, G2, and MIBR. Which, even though
Top 16.
MIBR, yeah, top 16. So even though MIBR looks like they barely skated into the Six Invitational, they are technically on top of Latin America right now because they won the previous major and finals.
Hmm.
And we'll get into the whole roster shuffles after. Yeah. And everyone else underneath doesn't matter because they didn't make it. Though
Because they fucking suck.
it hurts to say though, but Navi was 5 points away.
Yeah.
5 points away
So
from making
was
into the top 16.
Estral. They tied
Yeah,
with
just
yeah.
look
Navi.
at
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Look
just
at
some
how
of the
far
teams that
Body have dropped.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Team
There's
Secret's not
Rogue,
even close. Vitality's
27.
not even close. Chaos isn't even close.
Secrets in
Rogue's not even
33rd.
close.
That's crazy.
Tempo is above 3 of the European teams. That's weird. That's really weird.
It's just the way the points were distributed because as this is gonna lead into it, all the formats for each region was different. Hence, each region got points distributed unevenly, which caused these
Which
massive
is so stupid.
disproportionate standings.
I don't get it, man. How do they
Yeah.
do that every
Yeah.
single time? I
Like-
feel like they do it every time.
Here, look at this. Look at it this way too. So, the site I'm using, they have it broken up into. They got a massive points in 4 different sections: Regional League Stage 1, an August Major, Regional League Stage 2, and a November Major for each region. When you look at like Giants and Cloud9, they only get their points from the majors. They did not get any points from stages 1 or 2 from a regional league.
And they were big points too. Like they were massive points.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys can see it there too.
It's 390. Well, just for Giants, they had 390 for the first major, 510 for the second major. I mean, it was flip flop for Cloud9. So that's
It's crazy.
That's funny.
It's crazy how the
Yeah.
points are distributed in such a wild way,
Mhm.
especially in APAC. But leading into that, the global, is it in the page, Steve, your guide to Rainbow Six Esports season 2021? They all 4 main regions of APAC, Europe, LATAM, and North America are all now in unison, I guess is one way of saying it. They all have unified their format. They haven't unified a schedule because each team, in order to get showcased on the like main R6 channel, they have to play on different days, of course. And things get a little bit wonky. Let me look there. They had to change some things up, so they plan, from what I remember reading, they plan on having majors international majors still happen. Albeit we'll have to keep an eye out to see exactly how that works out for them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with this. So, because Six Invitational was postponed, and orgs and contracts, in case like we've seen plenty of contract situations happen, but orgs, the February transfer window and roster changes is open, so orgs can make as many player swaps and such as they want, as long as they maintain. Let's see if I can find it.
Is it 3/5?
No, I think it's not the 3/5 rule anymore for this. It's like they have to have players who participated in Pro League before at the very minimum.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. However, one thing I saw was that because of how many players are flip-flopping about, so like how Dark Zero, they qualified for Six Invitational, right? Yet Hot and Cold is off the roster now. But he helped Dark Zero qualify, right?
Yeah.
But he's on a team now that is not going. I think he's on Mirage, right? He's on a team that's not going to the Six Invitational. There's a new rule implemented to where players who are taken off rosters that have made it, they still have to get paid by the orgs that they made it with.
Okay.
So
that's weird.
Good.
Huh.
It's good.
Yeah.
Overall, it's a good situation. So it makes sure it's a way to make sure players get paid.
Protect the players, yeah.
Yeah, protect
They
the
don't
players.
get cucked.
So it's gonna be the way they're gonna get paid though is where the org places in the next invitational. Like how will they do in the invitational?
That's so stupid. It's like, well, I could be there to improve the fucking standings, but no, you guys took last place and we got $0.
Yeah, let's see. May 2021 six major prize money. Like, first place is 62,000. The second place was 31,000, third is 18, fourth is 12. And then the various point distributions, but like still it's not it's going to be hurtful regardless. As a player who gets taken off a main roster and seeing people compete and you get paid through that, like that's just gonna suck.
Well, not much they can do about it. It had to be postponed anyway, so
Yeah.
Speaking of rosters,
it's not like they can really move they can't really move the transfer window. That's just that would be even worse if they move the transfer window. So they don't know when they're postponing Six Invitationals to, right?
yeah, no, they're trying to find an active way to get everyone for a LAN.
Yeah. So
yeah, this is probably the best option they could have done.
Here, I found the exact wording I was looking for in this paragraph. About the February transfer window and roster changes. With those considerations in mind, we are authorizing all organizations qualified through global standings or open qualifiers to the Six Invitational 2021 to transfer players during the 2021 off-season transfer window. In accordance with the rules established in the global rulebook, if an organization qualified to the Six Invitational decides to release one of their players or to transfer a player to an org that won't be competing at the Six Invitational in May, then said org must compensate the player that helped them qualify with a portion of the prize money the team will earn during Six Invitational. That's the official wording in Ubisoft's newsletter. Which, as
Good.
it's same thing I stated before, but still, it's just such a shitty situation.
It is, but they can't do much about it. I don't think there was much better thing that they could have done. I think that's
it's
reasonable.
It's a matter of keeping with the status quo, because technically this is supposed to be the off season for teams.
Yeah.
But due to world events, you just have to keep pushing forward and just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's
okay. Yeah. You want me to keep going because I got more stuff about the global circuit and format?
If you want, yeah.
All right. So each region unified. They have eliminated draws from best of ones and brought back overtime. And instead of ending games with a tie, matches will be decided through a best of 3 OT, which is what we're used to for Pro League setting. Rosters are extended. So their official wording on this is we want to facilitate the org's ability to compete at both regional and national levels by allowing them to have 2 distinct rosters. Therefore, orgs will now be able to have up to a total of 12 players under their banner, with up to 7 players registered for each specific roster. Any roster must count a minimum of 5 players, and each roster can be supported by its own dedicated coach. Once a roster is registered, it is locked until the next transfer window. More details about practical application they'll talk about later. That's not too much of a big issue. Let's see, coaches, timeout, and everything. Overtime scoring. This is a big one. A regular win without OT is 3 points. A loss, 0 points. When 2 teams fight into overtime, the winner gets 2 points and the loser gets 1 point.
Yep, that makes sense.
So yeah, like if you have enough guts to make it into an OT round against a tough opponent, you still get something out of it, which is great.
I like it.
I wish
See,
we had
that could. The only thing I can think of is that could. There's going to be some sort of. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's going to be some sort of situation where a team is going to have to only get 1 point. I don't know if that would make sense, but I feel like there's some sort of mathematical probability that one team will have a problem and have to only get 1 point instead of 2 for like seeding or something.
Well here, are you talking about like tiebreaker situations?
I guess so, but I'm not.
Well, here. Let me. Here, this was update on tiebreakers is what they have here.
Oh,
so in case 2 teams have the same number of points in regional standings, a new set of tiebreakers will apply in the following order. So I believe it's top down. So I'm going to read it to determine who qualifies to the 6 majors. Head to head, whoever had better results in the head-to-head matchups will qualify. So like Team Liquid versus FaZe Clan, if Team Liquid has won more of their head-to-head matchups against them, Team Liquid's going to go. Then it follows
standard, yeah.
Yeah, so if it follows down, round differential. Whoever has a better round differential throughout the stage will qualify. So if you have a positive in terms of like how many rounds you won, even though like you lose certain matches, as long as you keep it positive, you'll make it. Match win percentage. Whoever had a higher victory percentage throughout the stage will qualify. And then round win. Sorry, I was jumping the gun a bit. Round win percentage. Whoever had a higher round win percentage will qualify. Followed, if all of those somehow line up to where a team is still even, there's going to be a tiebreaker match.
Oh, okay. So there's
If after all these filters there is still no winner, a special match will be organized to determine which team qualifies for the major.
All right, I like that. That makes sense. I was about to say, I was like, because what team was it that they had to either lose a game or something just to get better seeding? It was an APAC team. I don't remember which.
No, that was a while back. I'm pretty sure.
Was that Giants? Was it Giants? Cyclops?
I know that situation happened in North America back when King George was competing.
I just remember there was
not
one
CTM, someone else lost.
I just remember there was one recently in the APAC where they were like, "Oh, we needed to lose so we could get better seeding." I don't remember. That was just the situation I was trying to go after, but it seems like they already took care of that, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I think it's also to curb exactly what you just said there too. It's just like, all right, stop losing. You got to get rewarded for your wins.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Sick.
That is the unified format for Pro League now, all across the board, which is really good because then we won't see stupid fucking numbers like we see here directly on Stever's screen, where like APAC teams just have to win in their majors and get all the points in one big fat swoop, while other teams have to struggle stage to stage.
Bingo, baby.
Let's see here. Here, Stever, I'll send you this link. directly. If you want to pop it up, this is what I've been reading from. If at all possible, because there's more underneath too. Because they start, I don't know if you guys want to get into it, but they have like each region. They have a breakdown of how their play days are gonna go. I don't know if you guys want to go over it. We can. If not, we can just move on.
How each region's play days?
Yeah.
Or just
So
like
Europe is playing on every single Monday of each week.
Okay.
Yeah.
is Europe still? So Europe is best. Everything is best of one.
Whoa, buddy, that's a little loud. Not gonna lie.
So was
Yeah.
it?
Everyone's a best of one now.
Okay, I actually do like that a lot better. Like I know best of threes were like more competitive and shit. But dude, it was so hard to watch. Like it was
Yeah.
really hard to watch.
It got really hard to like go back and watch stuff because I'd be like,
I'd be
gotta
like, I
sit
just
here
don't want
for,
to
like,
watch
3
three maps,
hours.
man. And if I'm gonna be honest, it makes casting a bit easier too. I'm not staying around for 4 hours waiting for a best of three.
Mhm. Well,
So
this
that's
doesn't.
good.
This is just pro league. It's not like community
But
matches and stuff.
people
Like
will definitely follow. That's what they always do.
that. Yeah. So
So
it's good. I think NA and Europe have the same situation going on. Let me see if I can scroll through and see. Okay, and APAC, sort of. So
okay.
in Europe and North America, from what I've seen in the schedules, week 1 is something called the new season release. So they're not going to have any play days on that. Following weeks 2 through 7, there's going to be play days 1 through 6. Mondays are for Europe. APAC has Wednesday and Thursdays. I don't believe North America League hasn't posted what days they'll be playing, but I'm assuming it'll be like a Tuesday or a Friday, since those are the only 2 days that are open, because Latin America is going to be playing on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
Super Week will be broadcasted Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's a Super Week for North America on the weekend, is what they say. Play days 8 and 9 will be played on the weekend. In week 8.
I don't really mind that. It kind of seems like how they did it. Like I think it was a year and a half ago or something.
Yeah, where they had super.
So,
well, to be fair, they had like Super Weeks like every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Because of scheduling.
I think the scheduling be so much better. It'll be so much nicer to watch anything. It'll be like, okay, my team is playing now. Oh, they're playing one game. Perfect. I can watch that for an hour or whatever. So.
Yeah. So North America, Europe is pretty simple.
Hmm.
Latin America is not simple to explain at all.
I saw Goji roll through, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that looks so complicated."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think LATAM got shafted a bit more because that the Mexican division got shifted down to South America. Which honestly, dude, it would have been fine having like Canadian League, Mexican League, or Mexico League, and North American League. Like, I think that would have been fine. But I guess I get it, shift it down the LATAM. Sweep it down there.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
I think he saw the graphic up. If you go a little bit back up, Goji, to the overall standings, a little bit more. Yeah. So, to the graphic.
There we go.
Yeah. So that best of ones all around, of course. But Latin America, as you saw when he scrolled down to the stage, there'll be, of course, different play days for each Latin American league, which is the Mexico division, LATAM South, and Brazil. Excuse me.
Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil division will have all the like tier 1 teams that we know.
The good shit.
Yeah. Ints, Furia, MIBR, Team 1, Team Liquid, NIP, FaZe, Black Dragons, the classics.
The classics, yeah.
So they will have like their majors, like anyone who gets, as it states, first through sixth in Brazil qualify. First through second in both Mexico Division and LATAM South will qualify for their events automatically, while seventh and 10th, third through eighth of various will go to a special event where teams can then qualify again or attempt to qualify again to make it to the finals.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's like once you like sit down and read through it, it's kind of hard to explain since I don't fully understand it myself too. But once you sit down and read it, it really is a very streamlined way of making Latin American esports kind of grow more.
I think they're finally starting to figure out their shit 6 years into the game.
To be fair, they kind of had it. I personally believe they had it more figured out than a lot of other.
I'm just meaning
leagues.
Ubisoft in general.
Yeah. Because another thing too, I don't think they said it in this page, but Latin America will also, underneath all of that, they will also have their all-female divisions kick off too.
Sick.
Yeah. The R6 women's circuit will be back in 2021 with a prize pool and more stages throughout the entire year.
Oh.
So the women's circuit won't be as frequent, of course, as the other Latin American pro scene play days, but they will still happen, which is really good for the entirety of the South American region. Just like, you never know, dude. You never know where talent will come from.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that's it for Latin America. It looks convoluted at first, but you just have to slowly break it down, do your own research on it, and it'll look good. The thing about North America to touch back on is they were originally going to play with a 10-team league, but
yeah.
they're going to have to stick with 9 teams, which will make it odd again as your team as it is. Because the US and Canadian League, in case people didn't know, it combined to make the new fully fronted North American League, where every team that makes it has to move to Las Vegas now. And not a lot of orgs are ready for a commitment like that, which sucks. But I believe Altiora was the team that fully dropped out of the North American League.
And cucked all their players pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a terrible situation where Altiora had to figure out if they could pick up a new roster to move to Las Vegas, and then they dropped their previous roster that qualified for Six Invitational, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're looking for a new roster, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, we can't make it actually. And to be fair, some orgs can't financially sustain a big move for a whole new roster.
Yep.
So yeah. I don't know. Seaver, if you want to look through APAC and talk about that, you can.
APAC.
Pretty small.
It looks almost the same as LATAM. APAC's always different, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
South and North.
APAC isn't as split as LATAM, but it's still 2 regions technically.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely got their graphics a little cleaner. Instead of like calendar.
That's LATAM.
I know that I'm comparing the calendars like
Oh
yes, date instead of like oh yes, here are the days, here are the
they say
Thursday.
March week 1, week 2, April week 3, 4.
I know, like all these extra little spots,
Also,
you
to
just
be
clean
fair,
it up by
almost no one from North America will watch APAC games.
Yeah.
Because it's like
That
it's
night.
late at night. It's late at night
It's,
for
yeah.
us.
it's normally like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Hey, Yeti,
6.
have you ever watched an APAC
Yeah.
game when they're
Nope.
happening live?
I've seen some.
I've watched some because I'll be going to sleep and all of a sudden, hey, Apex on. I'm like, well, why not? I wasn't gonna go to sleep anyway. But yeah, it's late. It's like fucking PUBG is in Korea, so it's super late right now as well. Just yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff over there is hard to watch.
Hmm.
You have to go back and watch it or not watch it at all.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at those
well.
time zones that they have listed though for North and South Division play. Yeah, that's super late at night for us.
Yeah. With the homies.
Their schedule looks relatively clean. They have like a bye week, it looks like, before a major event, so that's good.
Nice. All right. Well, scheduling.
I think that's good enough for formatting and scheduling. So now that we're on the same boat, you guys agree?
Shall we proceed,
Yes,
gentlemen?
Hey Yeti, I know you didn't say much, buddy, but does it kind of make sense? What's gonna be
I
happening?
was gonna say that's the thing, is trying to absorb all the changes and everything else.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it's all good stuff. It's just a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's also dangerous because the same thing that happened this whole past year, that people have been saying, is it's kind of an oversaturation of R6 esports right now.
Yep.
hmm
Like it's good that there's so much to watch, but you won't be able to follow everything. Especially if you're like, imagine if you're like a pro teams analyst and you're like, all right, we don't know what team we're gonna end up playing at a major event, so I'll just watch these ones here and then.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah, so let us get out of those pages and move on.
Transfer
The
updates.
transfers.
All right, let's talk about the meat. A lot of the meat subjects.
Meet the drama.
Details.
Changes for
Sadly-
Apex so far.
Go for it. buddy.
Cyclops Athlete Gaming. Fuji has signed as the coach. Hybrid has signed as an analyst. Guts Gaming. Cloud joins the lineup. And Yogurt joins as coach. Q confirmed. Tandler leaves. Fnatic. Team to miss on 6 Invitational for first time. Alpha Ama has signed and relocated to Taiwan. And Aces has dropped.
He's also retired. So Aces is also retired from.
Yeah, I was gonna say the wording's important. This article kind of gets a few things wrong in terms of how important some of the wording for these players are.
Mm.
Talent Esports. Sunbee leaves. Nora Rangu. Arthur and Mariox leave. Candy joins.
Mario.
Hey.
Sorry, you
Mariox.
just keep going.
Candy joins. Papalia. And then
Papalia.
Yeah.
Yoshi, I'm not gonna. And Simotuki and Candy. Candy joins. Candy leave. All right, nice.
Yeah. So, wait, just to touch on that for that, Norengu had, in case you guys don't remember, the whole controversial situation with their former coach slash
really
manager,
messy.
who he wasn't a good guy. As much as he looked like it, he wasn't a good guy. He took money from the players. He worked them hard without little to do, and he also had various issues with being a little bit of a creeper. Not gonna lie, from some of the stuff I read. Apparently, he was getting a little hands-on with some women, which caused players to leave, and eventually the entire team here, essentially, is what they're trying to get across. The entire Norengu main roster left. They just left, and their coach too. So Norengu, in an effort to redo their whole roster, they signed VBM as a coach, who I believe, if I remember reading right, VBN was a coach who's from South America. but don't hold me to that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so they brought in a new coach, and he is currently rebuilding a new roster as we speak.
Mhm.
So he has a very tough job ahead of him. And with that, in case you guys don't remember, the Norengu skin was taken off of the Ubisoft store for a while, but now they're going to bring it back,
Hmm.
which is good because it's a nice looking
It's a good
skin.
skin. Yeah, it's
The
a nice
org
looking.
the org
Mhm.
has very nice aesthetic to it. I just hope that they're able to rework through the issues that were left from the previous manager. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Mhm. Electrify
Continue, buddy.
eSports. The roster left the organization. Scars, the team disband. GC Busan Spear. Yas joins.
Yas.
Okay, wow, this is roster joins DWGKIA. Template T leaves. Okay, that roster join, yes.
Yeah, I think they also have more information when you scroll down, but it's good to just read the overall summary.
Yeah, it's all written out. Xavier Esports, Angry X to trial in place of Red Sun. Fav Gaming, Razor re-signed. Oceania, Elevate, Hotshot leaves. LFO, Angmo leaves. Noble Esports, roster leaves organization. Luna and President let go. Team Ferox, roster leaves.
A
Mercenaries,
lot of shuffles.
Doc Sevener retires. Roster leaves organization. Snow joins. Snoo.
Yeah. So overall, for most people on the esports scene, a lot of stuff doesn't really matter that happens APEC. Let's be honest. Like, it's good that shifts are happening in various teams, but it's just we don't know enough about a lot of the players and how will they play. So we can't really form too much of an opinion, as much as I stated in one there.
One thing we can form an opinion on is Alfama.
Yeah, and that's
I think
if
this.
you scroll down, that's another thing too. It shows a little bit.
So he's the first European to transfer to APEC. Like player, I guess I should say.
No,
I should say player.
Alfama's the fucking goat in my opinion, dude. He
Yeah,
took a
it's fucking
stint
good.
in NA, and now he's in APAC. Dude's hitting every single region. He's
He's trying
truly
to find the
he's
dub,
truly a
man.
pathfinder, man. He's
He's
a
trying to find the
pathfinder.
dub. But yeah,
'Cause
that's pretty big, honestly.
Yeah. The unique thing to understand here is Fnatic's main roster is still stuck in Australia because of their COVID restrictions. So
Mhm.
they are still on a wait list to get into Japan, which has been months in the undertaking of just waiting. Alfama can't go to Australia because then he'll be set at the very bottom of the bracket of a wait list. So he's in a very shitty situation
Jeez.
where he's
Yeah.
by himself essentially in Taiwan, which is as close as he can, I think, legally get to on a wait
Japan.
list for Japan's borders.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details, and it's not really our jobs to know all the details of how that specific situation works for them. But overall, Alfama is he's toughing it out in Taiwan right now, and that's awesome. If you want to read
Yeah, I
that
think
stuff,
Fanatics had a
TheeGoji.
really rough year. Just in general. Not making the invitationals for the first time. I think they almost got relegated as well. So that was
Yeah,
so
Fnatic
hopefully
was
this
not
can
having too
pick
much of a
up.
good time.
Yeah, hopefully they pick it up in the next season. They can continue their good graces. But yeah, it's
Oh
been
yeah.
rough out.
Also,
Yeah.
to be fair, I think Alfama played for their co-coach too, Crapelli, who was the former
Crapel.
Rogue. I think when they were the Rogue roster, or
Mhm.
they were Giants and then Rogue or something. However that worked out in EU.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when that Alfama, Aces, the other Aces, the
Yeah.
EU Aces and stuff. He was their coach, so technically, Alfama already has a friend in the org itself, so it works out that way.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. Hopefully he does well. I'd like to see him succeed. He's had rough career, man.
He's always been on the rosters that are just like there's just a few cogs short of making it all work out.
Well, maybe not his last team, but
Things were happening.
yeah. What the all right.
For this beautiful picture.
That's
Nico. Amazing.
Melon Cat 3 Gaming Squadron. Ah, okay.
Oh, that's the place they're going to. Okay.
I'm surprised to see that Luna got let go. She's been kind of a big staple in APAC.
Yeah, like that's one of the few names that I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to talk too much about the APAC stuff and all these details. It's
'Cause
we
we
don't
have
know too
plenty
much,
more.
and it won't make too much sense to us. It's just good to know about what's happening. Just like they wrote at the beginning, a good summary.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeti, did you make anything about anything you heard from there?
Nope.
Yeti don't care.
Nah, it's
his
fine,
region.
bro. We're just vibing.
Ain't his region, bro. He don't care.
Yeah, I just don't follow them enough.
It's all right. It's all right. Well,
I don't blame you. I'm in the same boat.
yeah. Well, here you go.
All
Here's
right.
something that we're all invested in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Zeros.
Oh boy, this
Hot
has been
and
a lot.
cold release. NJR added. Oxygen eSports / Hug Land biological release. Yoga and Kaino joins. Tempo Storm roster leaves org. Team loses NAL spot. E United roster leaves org. Team loses NAL spot. Alfama leaves. I can never say that name. Sonics, Slevin, Comfy, Iconic, and Easily benched. Easily retires. Dream and creators decided against for a new look roster with Grixer and Rexon. Disrupt Gaming, Reed leaves. NGIR leaves. Iconic joins. Beast Coast joins NAL. X Set joins NAL. Picks up Butters, Creators, Drip, Filthy, Tomas, and Brycer. California.
California.
You're also
And,
cutting a bit out for me,
California
likewise.
division.
Yeah, I don't know if you're like close to your mic or not, but you're
I'm loud.
No,
No,
you're
you're
not loud. You keep cutting
cutting
out.
out.
Am I close enough now?
ASMR Goji, here we go.
You want
ASMR.
Well,
No. You're good.
Canadian leagues we have
God damn it!
has merged with the Canadian League. Canadian
go.
League merged with the U.S. League. North America. Mirage, Forceful leave. Imp and Devpedum leaves. Zochi and Silent leave. Org joins NAL. Flynn moves to team manager. Altiori, Awkward 1 HP joins as analyst. Yuri leaves. Meepy joins. New roster joins NAL. Livid Gaming, Nyx, Cabal, and Valor joins. Zigloo,
Oh, that's where he went.
Rowdy Owly, and Hippers leave. Valor leave. Brian leave.
Jeez,
Nordic.
a lot of them left.
So Nordic's the team that left. I was wrong. I apologize.
Skivs, S4, Bozak, and Lackey dropped. Roster disbands as org ceases operations.
Yeah, so I was wrong.
Oh, okay,
Altior
yeah,
is still
yeah.
in NAL. It's Nordic, one of the newer teams, that is straight up just left.
Okay, so I think what we were thinking of was the Altiora conundrum with their whole roster being dropped or something like that.
Yeah.
And them training. Okay, all right, that makes more sense.
We added what happened to Nordic at the end of Altiora, which did not happen. So Altiora is still in. My bad.
Mm.
But yeah, so lots of roster changes in North America alone.
Yeah.
I guess what does it say?
Is he growing a
More
beard?
down in detail. Let's see. Oh yeah, Iconic found the team in Disrupt, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iconic might be a decent enough player to replace NJR. Personality wise, from what I know of the two players, it's going to be different.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be way different. They might have to shift some people around on certain roles to really figure out that roster now. Yeah, I don't got too much about that. I'm not really one to talk about the former Sonics roster peeps.
We should talk about the X set
Oh yeah,
roster.
yeah, we'll get to it.
That's a different one.
I think we'll get to it following the list.
Dude,
Down
look at how
at the
much
top.
there are so many like articles just on the
Dude.
NAL alone.
Yeah.
NAL alone.
So let's go to Oxygen. TheeGoji.
Oh, they're up at the top somewhere.
Oxygen. A little bit higher, a little bit higher.
Yoga.
So Yogg, in case you guys don't remember, he played on EG. Actually, no, he didn't play on EG. My bad. I was thinking of Spades. My bad. He played against EG and won. He played when like EG was like top of their game. He's one of the few. He's on one of the DreamHack teams that beat them. Was he? Yeah, he was a Challenger League player, right?
Challenger, yeah.
Ape. And then Kaino is actually a import player from Brazil, who I believe came to play in Challenger League, North America Challenger League, where he kind of made more of a name for himself, which is good. And that's an interesting pickup. I do not remember seeing much of Kaino play at all.
Yeah, I don't remember at all.
Because it says he competed on the Favelas, which is a South American team, not in Brazil division, if I remember right. I could be wrong. And I believe he also had a stint on Team 1 for a little bit. So he has tier 1 gameplay. He's played in the tier 1 like leagues in Brazil. So he has the skill. He can stick around with the best. Let's see. The interesting pick is they got Yogg to. They stated it that he was going to be their entry fragger. I don't know if that's really going to be his thing.
Yeah, I don't think that's true because Foxe immediately came back out on Twitter and they was like, "Nah, he's gonna play. He's gonna play hard support, smoke, thermite." And everybody was like, "Wait, what? Really? So why did it say that?" And he's like, "I don't know. It's just what they're wrong." That's pretty much what he said. So
yeah, Yogg is a good player. I don't see him as their entry though. I could see Kaino taking up that role, or I could see someone else. Like fuck. They have what? Laxine?
one of the old dudes.
Not Skies. Skies former. Laxine Fox.
Fox, yeah.
Who's their third now? Vert. Vert can still retain that. Yeah. They dropped, as Koji said, slash hug, bio. Rip the supports.
Slash.
Not gonna lie, I think Slash deserved to stay on, as as much as they are going in a different direction. I do not believe Bio. He has the skill. He has the communication. I just don't think he was the right fit for Oxygen in the latter half of the season.
See, I didn't know he was like IGL for the longest time. And yeah, I just don't know. Probably not the IGL for that team, I guess.
Yeah.
It just didn't fit that well. But we don't know the inside communications, so
yeah, it's like what we see in like the streams and stuff. It's totally different when they're actually like in the zone playing Pro League.
yeah.
Be cool to hear that stuff, but we just don't know.
Yep.
Yeti, Goji, you guys got anything for opinions on this stuff?
No, not really.
I don't think so.
I'm not much of a watching the rosters person, so.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just good to see some new peeps.
Yeah. No, we're still talking about NA, bro. I thought we were still talking about NA.
What do you want to talk about? What are we talking about?
We're going down more. Go down a bit more.
Oh.
We could talk about XSET because they're a bunch of like old former pros, pretty much, right?
Raj,
I don't really know how they're gonna fit, but I just know they're the new team, so
Yeah. So the org picked up the former Rent Free. I think that's what they were called, the Rent Free roster. Yeah.
I think so.
And in case you guys didn't see any qualifiers, Rent Free lost to the former Altiora roster to qualify for the Six Invitational. Let me see. Oh, I didn't know about that information about the org itself. I've never heard of XSET before until they picked up the team.
Same.
Yeah, same.
So, but I think XSET has a good roster in terms of individual players.
Mhm.
They got Tomas, who was former Luminosity. They got creators, but Butters, Drip, and Filthy, and those are all former Pro League players who
Yeah.
have been like just
Yep.
sitting in Challenger League playing. Like they have all the gun skills, that's for sure. So they have to face nutty people all the time who get lucky. So they know what it takes. They know what it takes to compete. Honestly, they're, in my opinion, they're my new favorite dark horse team. That I hope they're able to pick it up right off the rip. So
They could be like the new Sonics, pretty much. Like they could be that fourth place team, just kind of standing around waiting, or fourth, fifth place team.
yep,
I can see
they
that
can
being,
definitely be that team that doesn't disappoint.
especially since we don't know a lot about Sonics at this point. Like they're
Yeah, they
all over the
announced
place.
their roster though, right?
Yeah.
Or
Did they? I don't
haven't
remember
seen.
if they did or not.
Yeah, they did. I wonder if they actually stated it though.
Mm,
Looking. Oh yeah, Meepy joined the Altiora as a coach.
good for me, P.
Da-da-da-da. I don't think it's on this page, but they definitely did announce their new roster.
Yeah. I just don't remember who was on that team, like, at all.
I'm gonna look it up real fast if you guys want to keep talking about something.
Which roster again?
Sonics.
Sonics.
Yeah, it was right up here. Here.
That just says they didn't pick up
that
Dream.
Overly
they
entirely.
didn't get like they didn't go with Dream and what he wanted to pick and stuff. There
What's
we go. So
was Dream
Sonics
on it? Never mind.
Sonics picked up the former E United roster. That's what happened here. So
Oh,
the new
okay.
Sonics roster is Super, Yeti, not Yeti that's here, Grixer,
Yeti, you're in Pro League. Holy
Kanzen,
shit.
and Rexen.
Kanzen,
So-
that's right. Okay.
Honestly, from what I've seen of Super's personality and how he's talked about E United before,
That's not
I
gonna
could see him.
clash.
I could
It
see
is
him
not
like
gonna
picking.
clash.
He picked up the bullied kids on the block, and he's like, "Here, come here, children. I'll lead you."
He picked up the hotheads, I believe. Like, everybody knows Yeti is kind of a hothead when he plays. Like, that's like,
Yeah, Yeti.
yeah, fuck you, Yeti. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Jeez, get the. But I
Hothead.
Banned
think
a few times.
against them stream snipers, you know. But this is gonna be an interesting roster. I don't know. Like Yeti's definitely gonna have like that secondary leadership, but I think was it Kanzen that's like really quiet, like uberly quiet. I think
Possibly. I
there
don't
was.
know too much about some of those players.
So who was it again? Just to hear it again.
So,
It was
Super, Yeti, Grixer, Kanzen, and Rexen. Rexen is definitely an
Dude.
underrated player.
that's like a team of fraggers. Holy shit!
Yeah, so Sonics now has arguably a lot more opportunities now to prove that they belong in at least like a top 6 position.
That is. Oh, I keep forgetting it's 9 teams.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Schmidt.
obviously top 4, I honestly believe top 4 is still going to be like DZ, TSM, SSG, and Oxygen.
I have to
I don't know if
see.
anyone else
Oxygen
disagrees with that.
might Oxygen might fall off a little bit, but I don't know. It could fit perfectly for them because they're a bunch of new players with. So
Yeah,
well,
especially with like the fact that they picked up CL players for Oxygen 2.
yeah,
It's just so hard to come up with like predictions this early on when we haven't even seen these teams playing like scrims or anything. Or like they've seen
Yeah.
each other obviously, but we haven't seen anything. And what we're going to get is hopefully a show. Okay, I think that's good for NA. We don't need to talk about Nordic leaving. It just sucks. I believe.
Just
Okay,
the-
wait. Actually,
Uh-oh.
I think the situation with Nordic was actually fucked up. Now that I'm remembering it, I think it was the org owner for Nordic got the money from Ubisoft
and then just went, and then he just ghosted.
and left. He's like, "All right, drop everything. We're gone. Org is done."
Fucking
I think
ghosted
that's what happened.
everybody. I think you're completely right. Yeah.
If I remember that situation on that day, I checked Twitter. I think that's exactly what happened, and that that is a shitty situation. That technically, I don't think there was any real legal wrongdoing because I don't think the players had signed official contracts
Damn.
with the org.
Rip.
So the money the owner took, it was money to him for him to use. No one signed contracts with him. But then again, I don't know the full situation or story. It just sucks.
All right, let's get on a higher note to Well, I say higher note, but Latam is not much better.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Damn. No
Latin
higher
has some
note.
meaty
Welcome
shit.
to Brazil.
You know, hey,
That's
hold
not
on.
a lot.
Hey, Yeti,
Uh-oh.
you want to read the summary for us? Can you read the summary, sir?
The summary.
Summary, sir?
So Team Liquid, Mav is suspended. I didn't hear about that. That's actually news to me.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's
Allegations.
allegations.
Oh, okay. All right.
Allegations of domestic abuse.
Oh, okay. That's not pretty.
Yeah.
Team 1, the roster leaves. MIBR, the roster leaves. Acquires the Team 1 lineup. Kind of a little switcheroo there.
Yeah, we keep going. It gets better.
FaZe Clan. Yeah, FaZe Clan. Live. Is it Ion?
Yeah.
ADS and Yuna dropped. Bullet, Cyber, and Souls join.
Which is
Black Dragons.
MIBR roster.
Yeah.
Lagonis leaves. PZD leaves. Hornetea? Hornetea. Okay. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these. Yuna, Ion, Live, Resets, join. Viva signed as strategic coach. W7M Gaming. Never heard of them either. Brazil leaves. Fury Esports. Fred QX leaves. Furia. T Chubbs leaves. Novice leaves and Bursa leaves. Santos Esports. Ravita, Cyprus, Midi. Skadina and Wag leave.
Oh my god,
Mexico
dude.
Division is the next one.
Yeah. Astral Esports. Zigma. Goku and Skimsy leaders.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce that.
It's good.
Timbers Esports, Reaper leaves, Org leaves R6, Morphed, FBK and Navy leave, Chivas Esports explodes, retires.
Yeah. So this is what people have been stating is the LATAM
Just
shuffle.
crazy. Yeah.
Team Liquid didn't make any changes other than the Mav situation, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate news that if held true, kind of, of course, lessens my opinion of who Mav is as a person. It's kind of like that Pi situation with Navi last year. If you guys remember that.
No.
Pi sexually assaulted a woman in a hotel room
Oh,
in
jeez.
Tokonami. I think Tokonami or Six Invitational. Can't remember. And yeah, he's in prison. So
yeah. Deserved.
So yeah, the Team 1 roster was picked up by MIBR because FaZe Clan decided to buy out the MIBR roster. And then Black Dragons decided to pick up the leftovers from the FaZe roster. So it's one big switcheroo now. Let me look at. I have the Liquidpedia up for roster changes. Let me take a quick peek at that. I believe also Santos Esports. I think their roster might have left. Yeah, their roster left too.
God,
Let
there's
me
so many
scoot
just.
up. Okay, so this is what I got right here. So Cyber, Bullet, Souls, Cameraman are now in FaZe Clan, in which FaZe Clan did not drop Astro. So in turn, Cameraman already has a former teammate that he played with for a long time in Astro. So that's
Yeah.
cool. From the MIBR roster, M King did not get picked up by anyone. That sucks. The Furia roster, I think you said, yeah, Bursa was dropped.
Fred.
Let's see. What?
Fred left, I think, or did Fred join,
Yeah,
or was
Bursa.
he?
Yeah. They leaves. Yeah, multiple people leave Furia. I did not see who they picked up at all, but let's see. For FaZe Clan, the Black Dragons roster picked up Yuna, Ion, and Leave Live. KDS did not get picked up by anyone from the FaZe Clan roster. Sucks to be him. Yeah. And then Team 1, their entire Team 1 roster, of course, went to MIBR. That's what we said. Along with the coach. I don't think Team 1 has picked up anyone yet, as far as I know. Let me click their Liquidpedia.
That's just a lot of moves, though. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's as far as I know, I don't see any team actually moving to Team 1 just yet. Whoa, excuse you.
These Joes.
Oh, okay. Wait, I don't have translations on. This is difficult.
Oof.
It's all in Portuguese. I can't read Portuguese
Why not?
because it's not Spanish. It's different Spanish. It's like, you know how Spanish in Mexico is like version 0.5? Portuguese is like 0.2, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's fucking funny. It's like 0.5.
Yeah, as far as it is on their Twitter account, they have not picked up a new roster yet. But I believe that is in the works.
Well, I mean, they only got so many more days.
Yeah, the
Weeks or
transfer
whatever.
window is still open. If anything, they'll just have to pick up some like lower level tier 2 players and just bring them up. They have to rebuild that way, which will suck. But it has to be done. All of this happened too. Let me see. Yeah, Navi's actually went to Atheris Esports, which I think might be a South American, not Brazilian, South American division. But do I need to open up more? I lost
Ninjas
that
and
internet connection.
Pajamas didn't make any changes.
Yeah, no, NIP and Liquid are solid right now. I don't think they want to change the dynamic between their teams.
Yeah. Did NIP have a rebrand or something?
They might have changed their logo.
I
don't
think
really
they
know.
might have changed their logo, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, that could just be me missing things. Jesus Christ, Joey.
Oh, that former Altiora roster actually just yesterday, apparently they got picked up by Parabellum Esports. That's what I'm reading here. Just as a little
don't
like
even know who that is.
just to tag back real fast on North America. But because I just saw this. Yeah. So the LATAM shuffle happened literally like a couple days ago, so it's important to get that out there. I don't know. Was there anything else that you guys felt that needed to be said about all the LATAM stuff?
I don't think so.
No, I got nothing.
It's just changes.
It's just the simple changes, but it's a lot.
Yeah. And now to the big one everybody's been waiting for. That's why they clicked on this podcast. They said, "Oh, they're gonna talk about this. We gotta
And then we're
eat
just
it
not
up."
going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's just not talk about it. We won't even. Oh, who is this? Sua leaves and Kayak signed. Oh, yeah, nothing else there for G2.
You want to read it all, Brett? The summary? Go ahead.
Yeah, I
No,
guess I
no,
could if you want.
that was it. That was it. Nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's all of G2. You know, definitely nobody retired or anybody. Nah, we can talk about it. I mean, Pango retired. Like one of the faces of Siege has retired.
Mm-hmm.
So big
He
deal
has
for a
already
lot of people.
cemented his legendary status.
Exactly. He will be goated in Rainbow Six history for a while.
Oh,
Let's see. Virtus Pro Toda leaves. Don't know who Toda is really. Tempera eSports. All 5 players and 3 staff members have been dropped, and that is all that it says at the moment. Team Secret Packbull leaves. Shate also leaves from Team Secret. Shate is he's been pushed around, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Chaos to find new organization for roster. Renewals retires. Next one leaves. Secretly leaves. Cryan leaves. So that
Ryan
is just
also played with G2 for a stint, in case no one remembers.
that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So Navi, Kendrew leaves, which is kind of surprising. He's been on there probably the longest. Joe benched. If you don't know who Joe is, Joe Mama, but he's been kind of this like hit breakout. He's been the Bolo of Europe, right? Pretty much. That's what they're
He was
calling him.
supposed to be the Bolo.
Yeah. And now he's benched. Anyway, so secretly and Nathan signed for Navi, and then Rogue Rousty leaves. Was he coach?
I think he was a
or...
strategic analyst.
That's right. Okay.
That's been going around.
And finally, Kawana Gaming, Kayak leaves, and Kendrew is signed. So that's where Kendrew went.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough. European Challenger League, Penta roster leaves org, joins Rams. Eyes and Mellow replaces Alive and Blaz. Windstrike team, Emission replaces Lyra. Emission was on was it Virtus Pro?
I want to say
I think he was on Virtus Pro for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
in
that's where that is.
History, Penta roster. Penta was also coached by Jess for a little while before she switched over to analysis and casting.
Yep.
So yeah, Penta, also Blaz has been around forever.
Yeah. I think Temper is an important one to touch upon, and then of course, Sua, longtime analyst for G2. It's he kind of wanted to go make a name for himself with some other org, so he finally left. That was a couple months ago.
He already joined somebody actually.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that was a couple months ago as a summary. Pingu retiring, huge. One of the first pros to like officially say he's like longtime pros to say that he's done. Because we've seen it a few times where like I think Shate at one point said he retired, but now look at this.
Brett Favre syndrome.
Back.
He wanted more.
They all have Brett Favre syndrome. I'll retire and come play another year.
Yeah. I have not seen enough of Kayak. Apparently, he plays relatively the same operators that Pengu was taking up. The same suite of operators, taking up Smoke, Ace, hard breach support roles, other such things. So it's a good fit for what G2 needs right now at the moment, which with Pengu gone, that's a lot of stability missing from that roster. Hopefully,
a lot of leadership gone.
Yeah, experience too. Overall, they just lost a massive wealth of experience. Albeit Kanto and Uno and Citizen and Virtue, they have their own lengthy careers in Siege, but Pengu is a big one that he's played at a lot of the higher tiered echelons of Siege.
Yeah. It's gonna all the weight's really gonna fall on Uno and Kanto now
The
because
former,
they've been there the longest. So
your Brett. What goated roster or org were they a part of, huh?
what? Oh, you mean Ents?
Yeah,
Ents.
the
Oh,
feeder.
they were in
the
the
feeder
later
to G2.
years. They were in the later years. I think Intero called them. Ents was the academy team to G2, pretty much.
Yeah, they were a feeder org for sure.
So, yeah, the Finns. Gotta love them Finns.
Yeah. Goji, Yeti, you guys got anything about the whole G2 Pengu retiring? How'd you guys feel about it?
Well, like we talked about off stream, or off podcast, I should say. You could kind of see it taking shape throughout the year. Like
Yeah.
you talked about Pengu kind of passing the torch, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, from the take from that was, I think in his video too, he even stated how he was convinced by the org and by some, like, I think Shaw's talked to him too about like, hey, stick around for another year, help rebuild the roster so it has a more stable core around, like, Kanto, Uno, Citizen, Virtue. Like, they can meld more together, and Panga can be the middleman for that team, and then he can, choose to keep playing or take his leave as retirement comes. So, and I think I stated this too, as much as like I don't want to state it like this, you can kind of see in some of the gameplay, Pengu kind of checked out throughout the year.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing very well, as any pro player does, right? Like, of course he is trying to win games. Of course he's playing to win. It's just he didn't take certain risks that you would expect Pengu to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in the sense of like he fully took initiative as the support player.
He knew exactly what he was thinking. He was like, "Yeah, it's probably my last year. Let's just have fun, I guess."
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, his teammates are the ones that are supposed to be making the plays now, not him. So he's
Yep.
just showing them like, hey, it's up to you guys. And guess what? They actually made a lot of nice plays throughout the highlight plays throughout the full year.
Mm-hmm.
And like, everyone talks about Virtue won, I think like one of the clutch moments of eSports awards for the month.
Yeah. Just to think about is Shaz is the only one that is left of that team now. Shaz is the only one. He's been around the longest now.
Yeah.
So
Because
he's been there since day one.
Okay.
Kanto was picked up later.
Yeah,
Uno was picked up later.
what I was trying to allude to was I think Kanto was like their first real pickup for that initial G2 roster. Their Penta roster went through various changes before they made their invitational, but if we're talking about G2 alone, then Kanto was their first big pickup, and I don't think G2's necessarily made any bad pickups. Like, even when they picked up temporarily, like Cryan, Sir Boss, those players weren't really the issues. Sure, they didn't perform to their best. It's just they had their own roles that they were trying to get accomplished.
I'll never forget that Sir Boss meme. They're all looking at him after that play at Six Invitationals or whatever it was.
Yeah, the last year one where NIP, I think Boozy just ran out the shotgun.
Yeah. All four of them are looking at Sir Boss, and Sir Boss is like, "Well, I don't fucking know what I'm doing, man. Like, shit." That's fine. Yeah. Anyway,
let's see.
tangent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
from
man.
the Team
That
Secret
was...
tweet too about Shate, just touching on that, was he's also taking time off to evaluate the next steps in his career. So don't be surprised if you see Shate also put out his, all right, guys, I'm done.
He's done that a couple times, though. So
yeah, like you said, Brett Favre.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you guys remember. This is just kind of a small tidbit that I saw because I follow him, but you guys probably remember Panari, right? The lovable goofball that plays guitar and shit during streams and whatever. But he was looking for a team to get back into comp, so he might be actually trying to get back into comp.
He's
Just
an
a
old-time
just
player.
small little tidbit. Yeah, just small little tidbit.
As I'm reading through things, an important thing to note is the benching of Kendrew is actually a little bit more important than you think, because Kendrew was named as the captain leader for Navi, and him getting benched is a huge thing, and him going to a different org too, as it's stated.
Who is this Kawana Gaming? Like, who were they originally?
I think they're just a Challenger League team that made it up.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. So this is really weird, isn't it? It is
Yeah,
out of the blue.
Navi's also one of those teams that's just ever evolving, because Nello was benched earlier too, I think, last year. So
Yeah.
that team that won Tokoname finals, if you guys remember that one, there's only two people. No, there's only one person left from that original roster, because even their coach left to APAC.
That's insane.
He's the Giants coach now. Like Nello had that huge clutch up on Coastline, I think, against the team where he won a 1v4 post plant.
That's insane.
Yeah, because that Tokonami roster had what? Nello, Kendrew, Pi over Doki, because he was still
Yeah,
banned.
that's right. Because he was still banned. Yeah.
Citizen, and I forgot who their fifth was actually. But albeit,
yeah, it'll come to us eventually.
Nello's gone, Kendrew's gone, Citizen's on G2, Pi's in prison.
Damn, just gotta say it like that, huh? Just gotta
casually just say
their coach is in APAC.
Yeah.
Like that whole roster that won that finals for Navi is not there anymore. Least to say.
I mean,
so it's nuts.
Like they weren't even the same roster after Tokonami.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have the best season after that. So
remember everyone was saying Pi was gonna be like, oh man, he did so well. And then
yeah, well if he didn't fuck up,
Yep. Wasn't being a creeper. It's the number one rule from all this. Just don't be a creeper, dude.
Yeah, just don't be a fuckhead,
Yeti, you got inspirational message, bro?
I don't think so. Just don't be a creeper.
Don't be a creeper.
Don't be a creeper.
Hey, who's that creeping outside my window?
Oh, yo, since you're on Wikipedia, you should click Six Invitational so we can re-see like exactly what teams made it. Because we said top 16, but I forgot about the qualifiers for APAC and such. Oh, whoa.
Because it was top 20.
Go up a little bit. Wait, two participants, lower participants. Parabellum eSports. Okay, hey. So that former Altiora roster that got picked up, like I said, by Parabellum eSports. Bam. At least they're going to stay with an org after Six Invitational.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, so that's good.
Six Invitational, like we said, still
Up
not.
In the air.
Still
it's still not planned. Yeah.
Prize pool of $500,000.
So yeah, we see there's the new ninjas.
Yeah, the new NIP logo.
That looks sick.
Yeah,
that looks pretty cool. I don't really see where the NIP is, but I think it looks pretty sick anyway. Like
right
fuck.
Here.
Yeah.
I see a Y right here.
I see a P.
P, Y. Is this the N? Is this the? Oh, there's the N right there.
We'll go with it. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's a good discussion on roster moves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only it's almost We've only been almost been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Almost. Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. Do we want to still touch on other esports scenes, or do you guys think that was a good chunk of our time for Siege?
I think that was a pretty good chunk, man. I don't.
It's a lot of information.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
just
want to just say the winner.
yeah. So before we have closing remarks, Brett, do you just want to? You said, were you able to find a schedule at all for esports events?
There was some Wikipedia had just like a general stuff of what's happened recently. Dota 2 had their Epic League, Counter Strike obviously had IEM Katowice, as well as many others
StarCraft
had
was there.
Katowice. Yeah, StarCraft, I think there was um there was more there, I'm sure of it. But yeah, so yeah, Counter Strike's had that. Their Pro League is coming up soon. PUBG obviously right now has their invitational series, so that's been going. Man, they have so much stuff on YouTube that I might need to unsubscribe because it is just cluttering up my shit. Rocket League has their RCS Spring Sam Phase 1. Valorant has had their Masters. Well, Masters is about to come up. They just had their things.
There's like qualifiers, right? Qualifiers.
Yeah,
for
they just had
Masters?
their qualifiers for Masters. G2, NRG, and TSM did not make it. So that's the ones. Like we said, Rainbow Six Invitational up in the air, whatever. Overwatch League is going on right now. Apex Legends ALGS Winter Circuit is on right now. Playoffs are March 28th, I think, somewhere around there. League of Legends, all of it. It's just spring. It's springtime for it's LEC, LCS, LCK, LPL, all of it. It's
It's
just
a
all
lot.
there. It's just all there,
CLOL.
yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on around the esports. So
Awesome. Thank you, Brett, for giving us that little lowdown.
yeah, the lowdown.
Yeah.
There's other stuff, but I don't know.
That's
if
the nice
anybody
thing
even
about
watches that.
esports in general is if you have something that tickles your fancy, there's something that's always going to be on. Even if you're just curious
Yeah.
about something too, you want to check out
I
something.
mean,
guess
there's a
what?
whole esports tab on Twitch that's always on something. So
Yeah. It's also important to note too, isn't Overwatch League and Call of Duty also?
Call of
They're on
Duty, that's
YouTube.
right, yeah.
They're on YouTube exclusively
Yeah.
streaming. They're not on Twitch.
That's weird that
Ew.
Wikipedia doesn't have Call of Duty. That's
I think it's like a second tier. If you
Yeah,
go to, like their
if you put in.
interesting. Okay, well, yeah.
it's like an alpha wiki. I think it's Call of
I
Duty.
think
Yeah.
I think COD League is actually in process of it. I know that.
Let me see.
So they're within the league start. I just don't remember when it started.
Oh, here we go. I found it.
So-
So Call of Duty League 2021 season, regular season, January 23rd to July 25th. So it is currently in the middle of their season. It's about to hit
Yeah.
the middle of their season.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so whatever tickles your fancy, go watch it, go support it, go have fun with it, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
there you go. Alrighty, guys. I guess we should close up shop now, huh?
Yeah, might
That's
as
it.
well. Go for
Pretty
a little bit.
Big chunk of our time talking about Siege.
Oh my god.
Whoa, boy.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That is hail.
My God.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
That's about 4 seconds of hail, yeah. I know,
Okay.
Ghost. Yeah, I know. It's scary.
Alrighty, guys. That is gonna wrap it up for the podcast today. We're just slowly getting used to it. We're climbing up the
So-
ranks of our respective games. We're slowly getting it.
Hit the social medias on everybody. Give them a follow. Give them a subscription. Whatever you want.
Check us
Mhm.
out on TikTok.
TikTok,
Check us out on
Twitch,
TikTok.
all the stuff. Twitter.
Check out each
Instagram,
individual person
Facebook.
on Twitch at first one up is Goji. That would be twitch.tv/THEE Goji, capital GOJI. Did I get that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Myself at PantzJr. Then we got Tree Bear 4P. You don't have any weird lettering in the middle of your name, right? Brad?
No.
Okay, yeah, just Tree Bear 4P. And then see Yeti at twitch.tv/Yeti_NMG. His attempt at
bot.
hiding from stream snipers.
The bot. He's follow him on his endeavors of Overwatch and Valorant ranked.
Yes. And also, hopefully anyone listening will support us on our website, nomadgaming.com.
.net.
Yeah, that's true.
.net. Oh,
.net.
.com is the gambling company.
don't go to gambling company.
Don't go to don't do it.
You're corrupting the youth, Pants.
Yeah. So go to nomadgaming.net to see the rest of our, I believe, Yeti, you've installed links too that lead to various forms of where this podcast will be uploaded.
Yeah.
A merch store that so happily sells various bits and pieces like a hat, get a shirt/jersey, or if you
COVID
need something to
mask.
cover your face, a gator, net gator.
Baller, dude. Fucking baller.
It is baller. It's great looking gear. Thank you for showcasing that, Goji. Check back every month too to see a new player of the month.
Oh my goodness. Who would have thought?
Alrighty. Thank you for stopping by. All right, everyone, say goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.